I like spaghetti. Spaghetti's good.
Spaghetti is fire. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ghost Cops podcast. I'm here with my co-host Vishal. Today we have the org owner of the team who used to be heavily known West Coast and now is dominating the East Coast, having 6 of their players make the top 20 in the recent NA East Grand Finals, and being set as a top 5 organization in America, North America. We have Avaft. Please firstly settle that. How is your name officially pronounced?
Avaft.
Okay, we have
Why does
Avaft.
it have to be 2 syllables, man?
It's
2 syllables anyway. Avaft and Avaft are both 2
Yeah, but,
syllables.
like,
literally the same.
It's stretched syllables. Avaft and then Avaft.
You just don't like a long A.
It's
All
supposed
right.
to be different.
Like
He's
Oh.
just
kick his
different.
ass.
Man, thanks for being on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, first, just like we do with everyone, what's your background in gaming? How did you get in the scene, and how did that lead to Fort?
Well, I started playing games when I was legit a fucking kid. I'd play sports games. I played NHL. I played MLB. I played football, FIFA, all
Nice.
that stuff. And then once I got to 6 or 7, I don't know if you remember Skylanders.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I fucking loved it.
This is a
That is
Dude,
one of
yeah.
my favorite games. I spent so much money on it. The first 3 games, I
Yep.
was obsessed with it. That it was kind of a bit of a fighting game. There's a little bit of shooting, but it's a fucking
Yeah.
remote, so you're not doing
Oh,
much.
Yeah.
But then on the PS4 came out, and I started playing Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare.
Wow.
I was
Okay.
I was ranked top 100 on that game.
I did
was
not even know that they had ranks. That's
I didn't
okay.
even know they had ranks either. I thought
was-
that was just a fun
I
game.
was disgustingly good at that game. I love that game.
It was one of
and
those
then-
grinders that you never knew about.
Oh yeah, no, that game. Me and my friends grinded that game, and it
Right.
was one of
Wow.
my favorite games.
That's crazy.
But
Wow.
You had a rank system?
yeah, they did. I was top 100 in 3.
How does
different
that even work? Is it like waves, or is it,
It was
like
just no, it was literally just ranked number 1 to it depended on the region.
damn?
So
Yeah.
number 1 to however
Interesting.
many players.
I had no clue.
Yeah.
And I
That's
led it.
interesting.
I led it. Fuck! I can't talk. I led in kills for a certain character. I led in damage, and I led in revives or something like that. I don't
Wow.
remember exactly.
That is
They,
crazy.
wow, Jesus. Okay.
I know
well,
life that thing, but I started. I got into Fortnite legit right when it came out, honestly, or season 3 or late season 2, early season.
Yeah,
3.
Yeah.
It's like when it
Uh,
started to pick up, but still
Yeah,
super
I
early
played
on.
season
Yeah.
Yeah.
1. My friend's like, "You gotta play this game." I played it, and I was like, "This game kind of sucks." I'm not gonna lie. And then I kept playing it more
Yeah.
and more, and I was like,
Yeah.
"This shit's actually really fun." And I got really addicted to it. That was in grade 8, and now I'm first year college, which is nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah.
5
Just
years, Jesus.
Since no, it's crazy. But
Yeah.
since the game started, I've just stuck to it. Really, I haven't
Yeah.
really moved on from it. So
Okay.
So,
So did you start as a comp player? That was your
I started out for fun originally. In
Sure.
chapter 2 is why I started taking the game serious.
Hmm.
I played World Cup qualifiers. I qualified for the finals a few times, but didn't
Nice.
do good in it.
Yeah.
But then and I didn't even do good
Yeah.
enough to get money, sadly. Yeah, no, I was ass. But
so what I
but,
mean.
chapter 2, season 2, I started playing seriously because console started having all the FNCSs, right? So they actually started having their own prize pool.
Yeah.
And I was a comp player on console, and I
Hmm.
made 3K almost off
Wow.
FNCS.
Really?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I was
Wait.
good. I used to be
Wait.
good.
Wait, was this chapter 2? This is chapter 2 then, right?
Chapter
So
two,
it's
season 2, yeah. I
season 2,
went
okay.
by a different name. I was on a different account.
yeah, because I was gonna think because wasn't Assault dominating at that time? That's when
No,
Assault was dominating
Heat.
console.
My Heat. I had Sticks in my Heat. I had Assault in my Heat. And
Yeah.
I had Hoofishy. I had every
Wow.
team. I had,
Who fishy?
Isaac.
Damn.
Yeah.
I had everybody in that
Yeah.
tier. It was
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know Assault was he was dominating the console scene at the time.
Assault was amazing. He was so
Rolling through the console scene. Yeah, I remember.
who else was it? Inno.
I know, yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of old.
They were
consoles.
all, yeah, because they all turned into PC goats after. Because I know grew up over Tfue and Scoped at the time, and then he
Yeah.
kind of made his brand off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, I
he
mean-
was pretty well known before that. He was
Yeah,
known
no,
as
for sure.
Fortnite Friday guy.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's-
where's the two? Do you guys know the 2 EU guys?
Which
Mhm.
guys?
Oh, they played Fortnite Friday. Oh, it's gonna bug me. They were both controller. They were
I
I don't
don't
remember
know their names. I don't either. They were definitely like, yeah, okay. I think I know who you're talking about
If I
though.
said the name, everyone would know it, but I do not remember the names, and it's
Mm.
kind of annoying. Oh, fuck! I just had it. Never mind. But no, yeah, I played the game like competitively from Chapter 2 Season 2 to Chapter 2 Season like 4, and then I kind of just got sick of it. Honestly, console was kind
Yeah,
of shit.
yeah.
I switched to PC Chapter 2
Yeah.
Season 5, and I
Mm.
just like wasn't the same. I wasn't as good. I couldn't find like decent teammates,
Mm.
so I
Yeah.
just played for fun again. Didn't really care
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
like the console rep to the PC rep is so hard to.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Yeah.
kind of
so
hard.
hard to. Like
It's crazy.
kids just think you're a console shitter, and they're just like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm not gonna even give you a chance. It's so hard because the console. Listen, the console scene is low key. Like it's not bad. It's just you don't know of anybody because it's console. It's not focused on.
Yeah.
It's just not focused.
Yeah.
It's like the players aren't focused
It
on.
doesn't have
The
the
community's not
spotlight,
focused on.
and it doesn't have
There's
the yeah.
yeah. There's a comp report page that nobody even pays attention to unless the tournament's announced. Like that's the only time
Yeah.
people pay attention to it.
Yeah, it's bad. But
Yeah.
no, played till I mean that part, and then I just kind of vibed out for a bit. Didn't really do anything. Just
So
played
that
out.
so that phase of vibing out, what were you actually doing then? Like that
I
team.
started modding. I started modding
Mm.
for a lot of different streamers and shit. I modded. I
Okay.
started with Nico. I don't know if you guys
Oh,
remember
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Nico.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
IRL
Yeah.
with him. I've known him for like a few years. I've
Okay.
known him
Played a
forever.
Minecraft server with that kid, and
Yeah, no,
it
his
did not go
Minecraft server went
did not go well.
crazy, though.
Did not go well. That's for sure. We had a whole war. They went to my stream and sniped me to find my stuff
Nah,
to
that's
find my
crazy.
base, bro. I was crying.
That's
Something else, bro.
crazy.
But no, I just started modding for people. I modded for Nico. I mod for Narwhal. I mod for Sticks, Jack, Day. I mod for Ewok too,
Oh wow.
which is
Damn.
crazy. Yeah, I typed in her chat. I typed in his chat story one time, and he gave me mod. He knew I was a mod in Narwhal chat. We were chill, so
Cool.
I guess he trusted me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, so you were okay. Damn.
So you were
had
Yoxic.
Days Chat? That's
I
good.
was
No.
young.
Wait.
I was young modding for
Wait.
people.
When were you modding Days Chat? When did you start? Do you
I
know when you
started
started?
modding for chapter 2. I started end
Oh,
of chapter
okay.
2. I started modding for him.
Oh, so
Like,
when he was
we
blowing up,
started-
literally when he was blowing up.
Yeah, when he
like,
was
That's a
doing
good
Netflix,
time.
yeah.
Jesus. That's
Okay.
like good at. Because you also have a massive following on Twitter. Like you have a pretty big following on Twitter.
yeah,
Like not compared to pros, of course, but
Yeah,
like for org owners and stuff. Yeah, you have a massive following.
Yeah, I used to. I was way bigger when I originally joined Pipeline.
Yeah.
Back in May. I joined
Right.
in May. I was mostly known as kind of like a Bronos or Hydra, the funny guy on Twitter, kind of.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just tweeted about
Man,
a bunch of funny shit.
Maybe this will start beef, but like I don't consider Hydra in that.
Oh no, he's not. I'm
But, like-
just saying that 'cause I don't, to be honest.
Yeah, I knew what you meant though. Yeah.
Yeah, he thinks he's funny type shit. Yeah, but
I just call him the E-date guy, bro. I remember. I don't think he blocked me on Twitter, but I think he like deleted a tweet after I was
Oh.
like, "Oh, it's the E-date guy." I was like, "Oh."
Would you say like as you of a person? Because now we're getting to the part where it's like you in the gaming industry. Do you think you're known mainly because of Pipeline, or do you think you're known because of
No,
everything you've done before it?
I'm known for every. I think it's a mix of both, honestly.
Mm.
Because I went from I had 2.7K followers in the summer. I was tweeting out banger after banger. I actually lost us a Matrix keyboard sponsorship when I was on the team.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
You want to know what happened?
I mean, you're on YouTube. You can say
I
it.
got
It's up to
into an
you.
argument with Miss Riprara.
Oh.
Oh god.
That.
The tweet, actually, it was one of my best. I can't lie. I'm chill with her now. That was my best tweet.
Wait, perform the best or your favorite?
She seems
no,
to be
it's my
involved
best
in a lot
tweet.
of altercations.
I'm talking
I
about like
can't
Tiffany.
lie. I shit on her in this tweet, in this interaction. Here, that's
Bruh.
to the general.
All right,
You
all
can
right.
just read that if you want. But
Oh my.
that is by
All
far
right,
one of my
Let
best.
me see this.
In the
That
summer, every tweet I was getting
Uh,
was like 300 likes, gained a shit ton of followers. Like that's when I was at the peak.
Oh
So,
god, bro. Oh,
I don't know
God.
how I haven't blocked you yet. I'm out here breaking records. The only records you are breaking. Oh, sorry. Avaft said that first part, or Avaft, and then Riprara. The only records you are breaking is the lack of achievements you've made in your life. Keep being a misogynistic loser. That will really get you places in life with a thumbs up. And then Avaft goes, I got lots of achievements, actually multiple gold medals in provincial sporting events, accepted into a good college, graduated school with 85s in every class. Sorry, my social medias aren't popping like yours because I can't use teenage boys for clout. And she simply responded, mute up.
No, she tried to use a different. She deleted the original reply. She said "mute up, Gremlin," and used a photo of me holding.
And then
my little
you
No way she
screenshotted
put a
her
photo of
blocking you. And
Wait,
then
there's
the
no
Venom
way she
and
put a photo of
Spider-Man
you.
picture.
Wasn't she
The
on an
Venom's
org at that
dunking
time,
on
though?
Spider-Man picture. And then the
Oh my
Joe
God, I
Rogan
was gonna
UFC
say.
reaction picture. Wow, that
Wait,
is
she
just
threw in a photo of you.
no.
Yeah, but
He
she
did. He
deleted-
threw in all of these. Look at
No,
it.
but
It's
then-
the tweets in Discord.
No, but
Vishal.
she
deleted it though. Yeah.
she said or he said she threw a photo of him.
Yeah, she
Oh,
did. No. It was so originally after like I said that she said mute up, but before
Yeah,
she
yeah.
said mute up, she said mute up, Gremlin, and put a photo of me.
wow.
Oh,
That's
But
crazy.
as you see in the thread of that
See-
post, I said I would never let a quote unquote.
That's
Gremlin
so
talk to me
weird
like that.
because I met her. I ran into her. I didn't like. I wasn't like. We didn't know anybody. Like the only connection that we had was like a mutual friendship in Bronos. But like, I met her at Invitational. She was so nice. So like,
Oh, I'm sure she's very nice.
then
I
to
just-
like. I don't know, but like her reputation, she gets in arguments like every day with a new
That was on
person.
my
Like every
shit, I'm
time
not
Efuse
gonna
comes
lie.
around, I'm like, okay, who is Rip Rara arguing with or like accusing of whatever this time? So like, I don't know. It's maybe it's an IRL versus like online thing, but
I was a tier one.
Oh my God! The other day when Yoxic put out that tweet about her, and I'm sitting there like I'm like, oh, this is bro, because Jivy responded. I'm like, oh, this is gonna start some shit.
Yeah.
And Yoxic just can't be taken seriously, and this guy's just like, bro, I don't
love
care.
I'm not gonna lie, it's crazy. He's probably one of like the better people I know in the com. Like not like
Nah,
better
that's-
people, obviously, but like I'm
No.
good friends.
okay, that's
Yeah,
because that is something that I've noticed as of late. Like as I've kind of met bigger and bigger people and like gotten more deeper into the comm, like because I didn't get involved the first like 2-3 years that I like
Yeah,
streamed.
there's like an
'Cause-
iceberg for the com.
No, it like yeah, like but like once I got into like the deeper people, like Bronos for example, was a great example. His persona online is so different than how he actually is. Like all of the people who are like the cringiest, the like weirdest online that I, at least in my experience, have been like the smartest, most mature, coolest people off like stream or off Twitter or whatever. Would you say that that's like the same? Like have you kind of noticed the same thing, or is that just like a me thing? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like Bronos is the same on stream as he is off stream always. Like he's just the same person, same
I
personality.
think he's just smarter than he lets on like Twitter though. Like
Sure,
we've
yeah.
actually had some like
I've never
intellectual conversations.
actually like hung out with like anybody from Twitter. Like I haven't gone to a LAN yet. But when I do, I'm sure I will have that same opinion.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know. Some people like don't change. Some people do change. Sometimes people do it just for attention and shit. Sometimes
Yeah.
they don't.
Oh, for sure. Well,
That's
a lot
what
of
the whole
people
Twitter community is.
a lot of
That's
people are
the
like
Yeah.
even subconsciously they're aware they would not get a platform if they were the way they were, so they just create a character
Yeah,
and like just like
100%.
play it. Like
1000%.
yeah.
Like I know with me, if I went to a LAN, I'm going to act the exact same I'm acting
Sure.
on this
Sure.
podcast.
Yeah.
And
But
if
that's-
someone-
but
if
that's what-
someone's an idiot,
yeah.
I'll call them out for it. Like I don't care. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very blunt. Like I will just be straight up.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm the same too. Like I think that's a value. Like it's like if you're not playing if you're being authentic to who you are and you get a platform off of that, you know that that's you being rewarded for who you are and like your work. If it's a character, it's like are you even really responsible for that? Like it feels like manipulation to me. Like it feels like if you're not being
No
who you
way.
are, you're saying that I don't
Yeah.
deserve a platform the way I am, and
agree,
like
yeah.
I don't know, but that's my
I
moral philosophy aside when it comes to streaming. But anyway, so okay, where were we? We were kind of talking about you, how you got into. Oh, you were modding. How did that turn into, like owning an org? How did you kind of make that?
Before we
go.
address that, let's because you said you have it in Twitter, but just for other people that don't know, how old are you currently?
I am 18 years old.
Jesus, like,
Yeah.
bro. Before we get into this org thing, you are so successful.
Yeah.
for an 18-year-old. You are extremely successful, bro. The day that you signed, I think it was who did you sign first of your like when you
Jack
guys
was the
started
big
to
one
do-
that I saw first.
Jack,
I don't know if that
Jack
was
and
yeah.
Roller, Jack and Roller. I think
Yeah.
it was right.
Vert and Roller were the
Vert and
first
Roller, Vert and Roller,
big signings, I'd
because
say.
they were a duo, because they were doing right.
Yeah, exactly.
So you signed them, and I'm like, bro, I swear to God, Pipeline was one of those teams on West Coast where it was like all the kids knew about them because they're like the team that like everybody knows
Well, 'cause
on the
it's
West
West.
Coast. Yeah,
Like,
because like kids want to be a part of it. Because I know one of my players used to be on Pipeline just as like for comp and stuff, and then he told me all about Pipeline, and then he left, and then you signed Roller and Vert, and he was like, "Bro, what is Pipeline just ran like what is this? Like they just randomly
Yeah,
started
yeah.
signing players. Like you signed Roller, Vert, and then was Jack after? Was Jack next?
Jack was
next.
December
Wow.
or January 1st, New Year's Day. I was just like, fuck it, bro. We're gonna do this shit big.
Yeah,
I signed. I have a list here, but yeah, it was Jack, and then it was Bronos and Narwhal.
he was
Then
on
we
like time marked. He was
kind of
on
chilled
like
out a
game mark.
bit. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So I know when to pay them as well. It's just easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was Jack, like for New Year's, Jack, and then Bronos Narwhal, and then we waited a little bit, then we signed Chubbs and Death right before Grands, which turned out amazing for us.
Well, clearly turned out amazing. Yeah, Jesus.
Beautiful.
I think I had because we did a tier. Me and Jamin did a on stream. We did a top 10 tier list for
That's
the
right.
pod for the Grands. I think Chubbs was in my top 10, but I don't think he was. What did he end up in Grands?
6th.
Yeah,
He had
I
a
didn't put him
really good
6th.
season.
I didn't have. I think I have him 10th. No
Yeah.
one did. But then
A
no
lot
one
of,
paid attention because he had Uncon, didn't he? He had
Yeah,
Uncon.
he was uncon bottom
He
right
was
of the
bound
map.
to do good. Yeah, he was bound to do good. Yeah.
They had so much surge because there were so many teams faulty, and just everybody
Yeah.
around the
Yeah.
map was fucking ass last season.
Oh yeah.
Free surge, but the map's actually really good this season. I really like the season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this
No,
season is the best
season's
we've
looking
had
promising.
in a
It's
long
gonna be
time.
amazing.
Since the
I'm
end of
so-
chapter 2, I would
Just a
say.
few fix,
like,
just little minor fix-ups, bro.
well, the
Yeah.
zones are like the big
Zones are big.
Yeah.
crazy shit
People
right now.
hate them, and I'm like, I don't mind them. Like I played
See-
fucking lobby 1 final scripts. I'm like, these are not
So
horrible. Like,
my only thing, okay, here's my thing with that. I like that we changed something that was so fundamental in the sense of people have known how to play the 9-zone format for
it's just adapt.
ever now. So it's like, yeah, so it's like you have to readjust. Like you can't just coast on the knowledge that you had prior. You have to actually like put in some effort. Let's do some like work. Let's put in some critical thinking. It's going to reward
Surge-
the prepared. It's like
Surge doesn't work the same now. You have 4
Yeah.
zones that are the biggest in the game. You don't know when. A lot of people still don't know when to get Surge.
Yeah.
Don't blame them. It's the start of the season.
Get it the whole time. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you 4 zone. The first zone is the entire map. It's
yeah,
the entire
like
map.
90 something percent.
One
yeah.
POI is out of it. One POI
Yeah.
is out of it, and it's
Yep.
usually freaking that corner. What's it called? Naughty nets. It's that one POI
Yeah.
that's out of it. The rest of the map is covered. No one knows where to get Surge
Which-
because when you're looking for Surge, you're looking outside of where Circle is. Like,
This is
most
so
Surge
off
happens outside
topic, but is
Circle.
Naughty Nets is fully supposed to be Japan, right? Like it's a similar shape. It's off the East
Yeah.
Coast, like Japan. Okay, like I just I kind of nerded out of that. I was like, oh, that's a cool Easter egg, but
It's a sick POI. I'll
yeah,
tell you
no,
that.
it is.
No,
yeah.
it's great. It's great. I like the combination because when you think of Japan, a lot of people think of like the brighter colors. They think of like the pink because of the soccer flag.
Cherry
Like
blossom,
and it's a spring country. Like it's it perfectly stands out. And they've always talked about bringing up like anime characters and stuff, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
I think
It-
the
it
Japan
looks-
added was great.
It's weird because like half the characters like look like they belong in the game. Like it's weird. Like
sure.
I don't know, but it's smart. It's a smart business model for Epic. I mean, it funds it. I wish more of the funds would go to making
High
Fort the
school.
esport that it could be because I mean I've said this for a long time. Like Fort could be the biggest esport by far if they structured it like an esport and they actually poured time and effort into that. And I think we saw a small hint of that at Invitational. Invitational was incredible. I mean, I was just like anyone.
Phenomenal.
The hope went from like here
Yeah.
all the way up here.
Oh,
the hope
dude, yeah,
skyrocketed.
and it was such a smart move. They absolutely did not plan to release Chapter 4 that soon, but it was such a smart idea to do that to like get that fresh start right
They
after
almost fucked it up,
Invitational
though,
and
'cause,
like
that first like season 1 was ass. Honestly,
of Chapter
It
4.
was-
It was better than all of Chapter 3 though. Like I think. I don't know. I feel like Chapter 3 was like the dark times.
Hammers are definitely very questionable.
Yeah,
why
well,
they
for
in the
sure.
game.
3 was like mediocre.
I think
honestly.
I think the reason we want to think that Chapter 4, the season 1 was better, is because we knew how disappointed we were in Chapter 3. We
Right.
knew like
Well, yeah, I mean, But that's how you have to measure every season is
Think about-
relative to the ones
Yeah,
surrounding it. I mean,
Think about the hype that we started chapter 3 with. Like
Yeah.
that winter, like a lot of people were playing the bro. Clicks was peak. Like this is a great comparison. Like I always think of this comparison when I talk about like viewership because Clicks is the face of Fortnite right now, like,
Right.
of competitive content Fortnite. But his viewership was peaking 50K during a Catch Cup opens.
yeah.
It went as low at the end of chapter 3. It went as low as 8K. Like of course it's still
Yeah.
a lot, but it's
Yeah.
like. That's
For,
like
standards, that's like
yeah,
shit.
it's
Yeah.
low. 8K
Yeah.
in an opens and like 15K in a finals.
It's
This
more streaming
yeah.
vital with Scented now.
Exactly. Last season he went back up. He went to like
Yeah.
15K in opens, 30K in
Yeah.
finals. And it's
I
like
think-
it's like because hope was
Yeah.
brought back through
Yeah.
invitation.
I think the thing with Hammers was that it should have been it was obviously made for no builds and it should have stayed in no builds. Like I've said this for a long time before no builds was even a thing. Why are comp and pubs not separate loot pools completely? Like and now no builds needs to be the same thing. No builds, pubs and builds like a comp need to be different loot pools. Like they try
Arena-
to keep
even Arena
making
and comp
shit
at this
work.
point.
Yeah, like why is
Even
a shield
Arena
bubble in arena right now? Doesn't make sense. Like
Hey,
the
man,
shield
I
bubble is a
think that
great
should
item
drop on
for zero build. They're all different metas with like they need to be treated like different games, different balancing strategies, different like I don't know. That's always been my gripe. Like that's I think one of the biggest things holding Fort back from being the esport it could be is like you're still trying to like link it to the average player base or like the pub's player base, and that's not like they're not playing it anyway. People who are playing arena there's a disconnect there, and you need to acknowledge that and give each what they need, and use the casual scene because they're kind of going to be content with anything. Like they play for it no matter what. Like you need to use the money you're getting from that to like actually anyway. But
They make so much off them fucking casuals.
well, remember the when they
They
started
make
raising the money for
$13 million a year,
Ukraine.
bro.
Remember
Yeah,
and it was like 34 million in like
That
2
was the
days.
best thing they've done in,
Dude,
like, the last years.
Like but seeing the revenue from that, I was like, bruh, this is like just actually seeing a quantifiable number, you're like, holy shit, that's a fuck ton of money. Like, yeah. I don't know, but
Donald.
Well,
did a good thing.
Donald is one interesting man, that's for sure. Well, getting into what before we get into what Fortnite needs to do for the game to make it better, for sure there's the things we talk about the game itself, but there's also things outside the game they need to do. Before we get into that, what led so you joined Pipeline December the end of last year.
I joined. The day before my birthday. I joined November 19th.
Okay.
I
And then
rejoined-
right, and you announced that you were owner in December, no?
Yeah, I was already owner before that, but I've never really made a tweet stating it,
Right.
so I was kind of like, fuck it, I'll tweet it.
Yeah.
And Jake was like, you don't need to. I was like, fuck, I'll do it. Like, I don't care.
So
Practice.
what led you to wanting to become like an org owner, and like what were your first like because you said you were a part of like Pipeline since May. What were your first thoughts like seeing Pipeline as a team? Like what were your initial reactions?
Oh, in May it was completely different than how it is
For
now.
sure.
110%. Not even just the
1000%.
pros. Like you can take the pros out of it, just like the people in general and stuff.
Mm.
It was ran as just like almost like a Fortnite clan. You know what I mean?
yeah. Twitter
I think
team.
all the little kids saw it as a Twitter team that they could
exactly.
join,
Yeah,
get
exactly.
recognition from.
Pros.
that could
But
grind
I
for. I
wanted
hate
to-
I hate the whole grind culture. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Oh
but-
yeah, me and like academy teams. Don't get me started with that. Shit,
Oh God, stop it!
Yeah,
Stop
W-
it.
WTJ Future? Oh, sorry, my fault. I didn't mean it.
Wait, you're on
Oh my
WTJ? No, I'm on WTJ Future. I'm like,
No, that's crazy, bro. That is wild.
But,
Although I love Laney, so
wait,
sorry,
you have
Laney,
the-
but
you have the
that's-
YGM name on your tracker? No, I'm on YGMA. I'm like, dude, please, bro. You don't like, dude, like, come
what was the
on.
33 Academy? That was funny to me. Though, like, no, yeah.
I
At least
can't.
they actually paid
Did
people,
FaZe
huh?
do an academy
Yeah,
at one
no,
point?
at least
I
they
thought they were.
paid.
I thought FaZe was trying to jumpstart an academy type thing at one point.
I don't know, but 33 literally paid academy team.
That's
members.
crazy.
So, like, I don't know what they were cooking. They should have just fucking let them on the team. They already had 17. Like,
I mean, at that point, yeah, it's like your benefit is not money; it's brand recognition. It's like, hey, you're part of 33. Like, there's a mutual transaction, and they were all like in middle school, high school. Like, none of them that I knew of were like actual like Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was the one guy I think that was like a bit old. Or no, that was extra. I'm thinking about at 33.
Ooh, extra. That's right.
The biggest,
We don't talk
Deconstructed
about
org.
that.
biggest fall offs. Holy shit! Was
Yeah,
that was to do with Sly, right?
that was
Yeah.
a lot of
I know it was
stuff.
money not
I
getting
remember.
where it needed to be. I remember that.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
remember that.
Racism. There was a bunch of other crazy allegations and like
What org
cases.
doesn't have racism though? I'm not
Come on,
condoning it
come on,
by
bro. Wait.
by any standard. I'm just saying like okay, for example, when the sentence shit came out, like yes, that's bad. Shouldn't say it. But every single pro has a clip like that. I guarantee you. They all blackmail each other. They all weaponize it.
I
Like
know
Wait,
everybody.
can we talk about the way he just answered that? He said, "What org doesn't have racism?" He goes, "Exactly." Wait.
Hey, man.
except for
You know
pipeline,
what?
of course.
No,
No,
you know
none
what?
of that shit goes on in pipeline. Yeah.
We do not stand. Hashtag BLM. Hashtag Black History Month. Hashtag.
Oh
Just
fuck!
pissed
All right,
off
we're
a
getting
group of
canceled.
people that
We really
know
are
this.
brand risk now. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
All right, so yeah, so going back, so before like we'll get into extra after because that's actually a really good topic to get into. Again, what were your first thoughts exactly when like seeing pipeline? Like, what did you think it could be, type of thing?
What convinced you to like get in
money
as part of
into
it?
Well, to put money, I mean, me and Jank were good friends, and like we talked a lot, and like we always both wanted to have like we wanted to be the best, and we wanted to fucking have a team, we wanted to have a brand, we wanted to have like a thing people would look forward to.
Mm.
Right.
So me, who I've been working since I was 10 years old for cash, like I've been fucking hustling, but I've been
Yeah, I mean-
yeah, I saved up a shit ton of money. Had a generous amount in the bank, and I was like, you know what, Jank, like fucking let's do something here. We started with Kuza, K-Burbs, and Serbs just to like
Yeah.
ease into things. Got
Yeah.
20, got lays, like just slowly grinded it out, and then I talked to I talked to D-Roller, and D-Roller was like, I'm doing with Vert, you should talk to Vert. We talked to both of them, and I'm actually really good at negotiating, so I got their prices low. And yeah, no, we just started signing people after that.
Nice.
So is that like having prices low? Do you think that's something that they know, or do you think that's something that you're just like it's like
The problem with this comm is nobody knows their actual value.
they don't because
I know how much Booga is actually getting on Dignitas, and I'm not saying it because that's a private. I'll
definitely
I'll type it in the general.
I would like to see that number. Yeah.
You are going to spit your. That's for a year, by the way.
Jesus.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like,
Wait! You
in
make
essence, and think about it this.
that's not a typo,
No.
Sheesh.
and that's for a year.
Look at that difference. Tell
So
me
the
that
World
difference.
Cup-
is wild.
The World Cup winner is Jesus.
Yeah.
Well,
That's,
it's he's been on Fallon. He's been on. That's just
Yeah.
like you're getting more, arguably so, from having a name as recognizable as Booga on your org. I mean, like this is a very small example, but I think it speaks to how big it is. Like I had never seen. I've seen a bunch of like org impressionists, you know, where they put like phase or 33 or any of the prefixes in their like Fortnite name. I had never seen Dig until the Booga signing. After that, I see it everywhere. Every other kid I kill or get or die to has Dig in front of their name. It's like all of a sudden now it's the org to be in. And like Aussie was a part of that too, but like Booga was obviously like the big, you know.
Hero.
Listen, this is Ghost Comp. I'm gonna say Booga's contract. He makes $30 plus incentives, guys, per month.
Bro, why'd you leak, man?
I feel like
Yeah.
I think kids on like this Twitter comp think incentives are like some of the best things ever, and I'm
bro,
like
they think it.
they fiend for it. It's like, dog, you are missing out.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, no, like I mean, what you said about like people not knowing their value, though, that's a lot. Like that's a lot to do with kind of the whole Twitter team like type thing. Like there's such a weird thing in gaming where there's a line of professionalism and people bounce that line. People will be on that line one day, not on that line another. So like with Bronos, when we talked about like him and the Aurelia situation, there wasn't an official contract. And like the most contract thing that happened was like a message in Discord where it's like, okay, even Bronos at the level that he is of expertise, where he has like a talent management behind him, is still not getting like official contracts. I think like there's a lot of unprofessionalism in a space where like it's kind of dominated like by both, and so I think that's a lot of the issue with where people don't know their value and like whatnot because they've never had a contract, they've never had like it's all just like it starts as like friend groups or like that's become the precedent, and it's like no, we need to be up here like the law, actual like quantifiable things. Like
I'm not trying to be mean, but what was Aurelia? Is Aurelia owners like?
Aurelia, we could actually sued Aurelia because I'm
not even surprised.
In the video they talked about the contract I offered Bronos.
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah.
So, like I could have technically sued them for that.
Yeah.
Me and Bronos were making jokes like we're gonna get a bag off these fuckers.
Wait.
Lord knows he needs it for his broken PC, but
the Aurelia owner had to have been like 16 to tweet out the screenshots of their conversation. Are you like? Listen,
that's what I mean. Is people want to play dress up to be these like executive types and administrative types and like in the esports scene. They want to play the part, but they don't know how to actually live it. Like it's like no, like if you're trying to make this a career and you're trying to be an official org, you need to act like an actual business and you need to run like a business and you need to have the checks and balances. Like you can't just be you and say whatever you want on Twitter and then try and run an official org. Well, I mean, but you have a line of professionalism. You know what I mean? Like, like that's your brand. That's separate from I'm like what Vishal was talking about is like using the actual team Twitter or like using your own to try and like settle personal beef, even though it's like org stuff. It's like, okay, there's a business side and there's a personal side, and you need to be able to separate those two. And I think the whole like this like facade of casualty in the scene of where people just play dress up for like, oh, we want to be an esports org. It's like, okay, but you're not. Like just because you get a brand and make like 3 t-shirts on some like fake ass website does not make you a real org. Like I'm sorry. Like
for people that don't know, Avaft is one of the only 4 owners that actually tweets out when he needs people for arena. So let's just put that out there.
I'm basically Booga. So like, hey, any of the people watching, I need arena grinders, bro. Nobody wants to.
I'm always looking, bro. I'm always looking. We'll link up.
I swear to God, I open my timeline once, maybe every other day.
At 3 a.m. Need one for arena.
He's in need one for arena playing with someone. I'm like, I'm crying because I'm like, this owner is like, you would assume like the pipeline owner is like some like organized person, some like next level like type of business head. No, this guy is more focused on finding arena players than he is focused on lands that are.
Hey, maybe that's the hard part for him. Maybe managing an org is the easy part and finding it.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah. It's actually.
I mean, he was hustling as 10 years old. I mean, shit.
I come from a business family, so like, fucking learned that shit very young. I learned how to like work things, how a business should run and shit. So like, that's another thing. Like,
yeah, because
I fuck around all the time, but like, when I need to be serious, I can be serious.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's a true measure of like maturity. Like, I hate when people are like there's this misconception that maturity is like you have to be like boring all the time. It's like no, maturity is just the highest capacity you have. Right. I can act like a dumbass, but then you want to ask me the meaning of life and I'll give you a 50-minute like, verbal essay on it. Like I think that's like it's like there's a misconception there. It's like like you can act like
the whole Jatmon Twitter, bro. The whole Jatmon Twitter.
When I'm not that is okay. That's a great example because like my Twitter is either like the deepest, profound truths about life, or like, man, I wish I had an e-girl. Like, I'm one of 2 men, but we're one and the same. Like, it's like I get here, but I'm down here sometimes too. So like I can be silly, but
was Serge's tweet right then?
about the e-girl part, yeah, sure. I mean, not an e-girl. Like, I'm not trying to e-date. I'm like, would I like someone? Sure, But
no, I think it's interesting though. I think a lot of people think that like org owners are like these like okay, not org owners like Dignitas because these guys are owned like they have the 76ers.
Yeah, they own the 76ers. They're like, venture capitalists. They don't like they didn't come from esports.
I'm saying orgs like Argent Empire. I'm saying orgs like Pipeline. I'm saying orgs like Nerve. They think the dudes that own it are like these super organized dudes. Nah, we are just at the end of the day, they're just dudes, bro. They're just dudes doing whatever they want to do.
Who wanted to
dudes
like
with a passion.
Yeah.
Chads.
Listen, they are 100% business oriented.
The Chads of the Fortnite scene. That might be the title. I don't know.
The Avaft is probably like he's probably business oriented, but at the same time, he's just a dude at the end of the day. He's 18. You can't ask him to be this business head that only talks business.
Oh god, bro, that's Jank, bro. That's fucking Jank, bro. Jank's the boring one.
Okay.
Jank's the administrative. Okay, that's actually really interesting because like I think our partnership is similar, me and Vishal. I'm the creative, like I do, we're both creative, but like I'm the super creative, and Vishal does all of the administrative shit. Like he makes all the descriptions, he does titles, he like upload times. That's all his expertise.
You would assume it's the other way around, just because of age and what people think of us.
Sure,
but, I mean,
sure.
Yeah.
No, like I'm ADHD. I'm like I can't.
He's old,
Alzheimer's is setting in. Like I can't.
Okay,
I can't do that.
Far. Hey, I know I'm a legal adult, but I'm not that far yet.
I don't do that well, and Vishal does like perfectly. So I think it's interesting that you guys you and Jenks have a similar. He was supposed to be here, unfortunately he couldn't tonight, but you can speak on his behalf.
More sleep.
Yeah, you can speak on his behalf a little bit, but I think it's cool that you guys like have that like my strengths are your weaknesses and vice versa. Like
yeah, for
we
sure.
have
Complementary
relationship too. We just like fucking bully each other all the time.
I think that's best though. Like me and Jatmon, it's the same thing. Like I met Jatmon through one of our mutuals, and it was like it's like our partnership for the even ghost comms and like other stuff especially. It's not like a business oriented thing. Like we can be business oriented.
No, we're super casual.
It's literally
we get
us
it
messing
done
around.
But
That's how it should be.
It should be. It should be like that.
Well, I mean, it's the whole like make work. Like if it doesn't feel like work, then you're just having fun. Like I mean, like we recorded a video and it didn't even think about it. Like it was just like we.
Oh
just,
my god! It was the most
bro.
the announcement video for this podcast was literally recorded 15 minutes before it went out. It was recorded 15 minutes, and all I did was
we
cut it up,
did
add
1.5 takes. Like we did 1.5 takes. Yeah, it was just fun, man. Like you gotta have some lax moments. Like
first take, and we literally right as the recording ended, we were like, damn. I mean, we're done. I'll catch you tomorrow later. Yep. I'll catch you for the podcast recording tomorrow later.
Yeah.
It's. I think a lot of people just think that business, or at least with Fortnite organization, they think it's like this whole business oriented thing. They think like there's like investments are so much further than they need to be. It's like it's really just a lot of it is straightforward. It's a lot more of it from what you think is straightforward.
Yeah.
And some people think I'm paying like players ungodly amounts of money, and it's just like I'm not. Like people think
he's ripping them off. Like, dude.
Oh, it's so bad. Here, wait.
We're not paying them too much. We're paying them too little. We're stealing. No,
dude. I'm lucky to even have them.
Yeah.
No, that's sick.
Look at that general quick.
So you and Jenks,
there's no way because I thought I'm one of those people. I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people.
I'm the best negotiator.
I'm one of those people. I will not lie to you. Jamin, are you looking at it?
Yeah.
I had him cheaper.
Tell me that's not what you expected. Tell me that's not what you like. Tell me that's what you expected.
Maybe somewhere in the middle for me, but closer to the latter number than the former for sure. Yeah.
If you look at every player on that roster and you tried to guess how much I gave them, I guarantee you.
But I think part of that is the stability too. Like as a creator or a player nowadays, especially since you can't live off of prize money, even if you get first in every single tournament across the whole season on your region, you just can't live off of that. Like. So it's more of a stability thing. Like you kind of,
with this new
you a little bit have the upper hand. Like to say, like, hey, we'll give you something, but like, we're not gonna be like, especially esports is not in a place right now where capital is like overflowing like it was a year ago or 2 years ago. So it's like we're in a decline of esports, like the whole industry. I mean, FaZe is almost off the NASDAQ. It's like less than 50 cents right now after a $10 peak.
Was it Nate Shot that talked about it? I don't know if that was this morning or last night.
Know.
He talked about like FaZe is like what they're doing in the esports community, being a stock was like it was like when they announced that they were going to like being in a stock and what like that, like they could be bought out or whatever. People were like, "Yo, this is the next thing for esports."
Mm-hmm.
Nate Shot even said it himself. An owner of 100 Thieves said they're disappointing the esports scene. They're disappointing. I'm pretty sure one of those pages tweeted at like Dick.
Nate is a fantastic owner. Like if you listen to like his podcast and stuff and how he thinks about like the scene and all that, he just like obviously for him it's so much more about what esports can do for people and how it positively affects people than it is about making money. And I think FaZe over the years, especially as they've gotten more and more and more in Hollywood, like have begun to transition more and more. Like I think they tweeted today, like we've let people down. We're gonna meet with OGs, like
so a little before this podcast, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like I remember like seeing that. So actually, that transitions well into something I was gonna ask you about, Avaft, of like what is your business model? Is it for profit, or is there a different, like, obviously you want to keep running the org, but what is kind of the driving motivation for you? Like, is it more about the esports side and just like having, that experience and those creators and all of that? Like, what is your business model in that sense of like, how are you planning to keep your doors open, keep your players, keep making money?
I mean, like, the problem is, especially now, it's like you said already, like, it's kind of hard for like teams, especially because like Fortnite isn't beneficial in any fucking way.
We saw teams back out. We saw teams
back out. So many. All the T1s. Yeah.
The one that shook me the most, I knew NRG was gonna back out. That was bound, but BL, like, low key, like it actually
BL was surprising. BL hurt.
After winning Invitational as well, it's like even they knew like Invitational was hope, but it was still not to what they wanted.
Well, and here's the thing with an org that big, they can get back into it when the money comes back,
whenever they want,
if it comes back. It's like they have the. But right now, when it's not being beneficial, okay, your contract's over. Like, we liked having you buy. It's like they can get back in. They can just jump in and out whenever they want. Whereas a player or a content creator, you're in it, like, and that's part of, like, I've been talking to a lot of people. I'm like, get into other stuff, like even Resub started doing whatever it was, money videos or whatever, because he knows he has a passion for Fort, and he's still doing stuff on the side with it, but he knows he needs to diversify what he's doing in that sense. And a lot of orgs, I think, that want to hold on to Fort are doing the same thing. They're making like neutral content or just chatting stuff, or they're getting into other games and they're kind of relying on that. But anyway,
that's kind of the direction we're gonna try to go into, and like I'm gonna try to we're gonna try to start profiting off it. Like, what I tried to do for last season, like in like the beginning of the year, with like signing everyone, like all these big people, and everyone's like, oh, they're gonna die out in like 2 months. Like, this team's gonna be dead. I wanted to make a statement. I wanted to show we're not fucking around. We're gonna stay around for a while. The team's doing fucking amazing. And then after that, like this season and like for the rest of the year, we're gonna just build off that. And we got a lot of big things coming, and I'm looking very forward to seeing everybody's like genuine reaction about how stuff's gonna happen. But I want to make it like I want like this team to be the biggest fucking team.
Right. No, for sure. Would you say that this is to add on to the point? Would you say, because you were saying like that last season, would you say that every season there's different goals depending on how the team's looking?
Yeah, in a way. It also just depends, because like, we're gonna try to expand to like other esports as well, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it depends honestly. Like, it just depends on what kind of direction you want to go, and also you should just have goals for like the yearly things or even monthly things, like what you want to complete for the month and shit. But season especially, because like for Fortnite and like when it comes to players and stuff, like monthly contracts and shit, you're not signing them for like a whole year and stuff. So right now it's like kind of seasons. Sorry, go.
Yeah. Do you have anyone like going to Dallas? Like, is Dallas like a big thing for you right now? Is that part of any plans in the future?
We kind of did.
Dallas,
we had an idea for a Dallas house.
Okay.
Beginning of January. But it kind of fell apart because like fucking BH, like, bro, it was gonna be me, Jank, Bronos. I don't know if you guys know who Candle is.
I mean, it sounds somewhat familiar. Like, I might have seen the name somewhere, but
console pro. He's friends with like Revive, all those guys.
Okay.
But old console pro and shit. But it was gonna be me, Jank, Bronos, and Candle. We're gonna get a house and stuff. Maybe even more people, honestly, because like fucking Dallas.
To
go there, not need to, but want to go there.
Yeah. It's a good career move, especially if you're more on the content side. But
especially and like fucking so many possibilities there. The IRL content, fucking
dude,
like just
like I'm looking to go if Ford is still a thing and I'm like still in the scene. In a year and a half when I finish my degree, like that's probably the first place I'm going to look at is Dallas and see like if I can.
DreamHack Dallas is looking very promising.
DreamHack Dallas is going to be big this year because so many people are going to be out there.
Definitely going to make it big. Yeah.
So because the reason I was asking about Dallas is like content houses, like that's kind of, it's been a staple and I don't feel like it's ever been done properly. Like I think one of the only good examples of how a content house was done properly was Energy at the very beginning when they did like the Dr. Ron stuff. But then like not even a Fort org, but FaZe Muse House, which is not even an org. It's just a group of streamers. Yeah, like the what are they called? The social sellouts, I think, is what they are.
I think TNA did it well to start off. I think they started off
TNA
well.
still does it like.
That's the thing though, is like they don't stick to it. Like NRG did a good job, but they didn't stick to it. Like the whole point is to have these people where you can collaborate. Like the social sellouts, the reason they're doing so well is one, they're kind of relying on Muse popularity the most, and then bringing in all of the other streamers as like side characters. But they also have like a group podcast that they do in the house on their own channel, and like things like that. But my whole thing with that was like, if you're going to Dallas, like kind of the whole thing in esports right now is like, how does an org make money? You've heard Ludwig talk about it. You've heard Moist Critical talk about it. You've seen other orgs where they're not making money, and that's the problem. So just kind of like, I think it's a creative issue. It's like, how do we get to a point where orgs can begin to make money for the org? Like, yes, obviously, like, okay, you know, like you're not going to do the predatory phase contracts where it's like taking 80% of what your player is making. Like,
I think that blew up on this one.
Even if that's going to make you money, that's not going to put you in any favor with any creator, and it's not going to make any creator want to sign with you. Like, you need to find a balance of like, okay, we're making money, but like it needs to be mutually beneficial for everyone. Like, everyone needs to benefit from it. So like, I don't know, just kind of picking your brain of like, have you had any ideas, or like what direction are you going in terms of like monetizing the correct things, you know?
I mean, like, obviously we do want to do that because like it would be fucking huge for all of us in general. But like the thing is, at the end of the day, too, you got to think about me and Jake but we're fucking kids. Like, that sounded really bad. But we're we're kids. Like, we're young. Like, I'm 18. He's 17. He's not even 18. He can't move technically. He has to be 18 to move.
Yeah.
And like, I need to renew my passport. I got a lot of shit I need to do too before Dallas. Bro.
COVID messed us up, bro.
Not even COVID. I just
you don't think it's COVID?
Passport. I mean, COVID obviously had an effect.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I don't even want to. I fucking put that shit in the past, bro.
So, were you heavy into gaming, especially when COVID came around?
Oh, I was heavy into gaming before COVID.
No. I know that. I'm saying like, COVID, like, did you see it? Like, you were like gaming all the time, type of thing.
That's when Chapter 2 was, right? That's why I decided to turn into comp. It's like I could fucking play 8 to 10 hours a day and be an unhealthy degenerate fucker. So
did you, like, you being a part of comp, you playing comp, like you said, you used to play some console and all this stuff. Like, do you think the way that you played comp kind of has an effect of how you can like relate to the pros that you have signed right now? Like, how you
100%.
Yeah, like the mindset that you can relate to them. Like, you know how they're feeling on certain things.
Exactly, yeah.
And,
like, I can tell him, like, I try to fucking it sounds stupid, but it's almost like a coach perspective. Like, I try to give them pointers about shit.
Oh yeah,
how to handle stuff, how to like just hold their head up.
Yeah,
that type of shit.
Well, but that's exactly the difference. Like, this was like FaZe Tico's video when his complaint about FaZe was we brought in all these suits that don't know or don't care about esports. They just care about making their money and getting out. So then like you see that structure more, which is like is more beneficial to have kind of what you have of like. You relate to the play, like you understand, like you can be friendly with them, and then business when business needs to be done. Like, yeah. Well,
that's the thing too. I'm friends with almost everybody I have signed to the team. Like, I was friends with before I signed.
Well, BH even said that. He said like the whole like one of his main reasons for like wanting to come to Pipeline was like he knew you, like you had a relationship. Like,
we were really good friends before. But even like Jack, I modded for Jack. I modded for Narwhal. Like, I modded for Narwhal when he was on TNA at the beginning, before it was PSG TNA.
Yeah.
A long ass time ago. Like, before he was even on Elite the first time. So, like, I've known these people forever. I've watched them develop and, like, turn into, like, fucking from little kids to being actual competent tier 1 players.
That's also an interesting topic on its own. Do you, like, the whole PSG TNA or Manchester esports, what are your thoughts on, like, the soccer team type of things, or, like, the soccer...
Like, it's cool at first. Like, it's fucking sick, obviously.
No, for sure.
Like, you get to rep a fucking... I'm not a big, like, soccer guy, so I don't know. But you get the... I'm pretty sure it's Premier League. 2 Premier League teams. Like, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, though, Man City, they haven't really done much.
Yeah.
Like, the people that I've seen, like...
Because they have...
Kind of like
all I know is they have threats. That's about
like, Fortnite. They signed Tripburn and Scram.
That's
Nobody
right.
fucking do that.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about it. Like, now that you said it, I was like, oh yeah, but like, I'd forgotten.
Like, they just don't do anything with the players. And it's kind of hard because Threats is obviously on NA, so like you'd have to do the thing where NRG did when they had Benji on EU playing NA servers or something. But you don't even want all the creative shit's boring. You want to do
Threats was an interesting one. Like that sign was interesting because Threats was popping off, right? But like at the same time, it was like an interesting sign because it's like he hasn't made his brand, I guess, but he's known in competitive.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And then signing from Manchester,
he's known through his placements. Like it's just the 100%. Name associated with how good of a player he is. Versus, and we've talked about this. Like this is where somebody like Eclipse has done it right. He did that and he used that momentum, created a brand around his personality and him and his content, and that's what a lot of people are not doing. But it's funny that you bring the sports like team thing up, like acquiring or like partnering with esports stars, because I actually think that was or could be another big step in the scene, is because esports is getting to this point where it's rising to the same popularity as normal sports. Like I remember like a year ago, it was around my birthday actually, because my birthday was like a couple weeks ago. But like we went into a Buffalo Wild Wings, and they have all the TVs with all the sports and whatever. It's a sports restaurant, and they had like you could like download the app and look through on your phone all of the, like if you had a specific game or sport that you wanted to watch. They had an entire section for esports, and it was like OW, Rainbow Six, Fortnite, Apex. Like they had like 5 or 6 major esports, and I'm like, I could request this and this could be on one of the TVs at the same time as an NFL game. And like when something trickles that far down in the capitalist chain to where it's like that it's beneficial for a restaurant to do that to make money, that's how you know it actually is relevant in pop culture. Like I see esports getting to this point, and we see high schools now acquiring esports teams. We see colleges, so many colleges. Like I've been looking for esports jobs. The most common listing I see is esports program director or assistant esports program director for a college, because they're trying to build programs in the next 3 to 5 years.
The high school esports scene is interesting though, because it depends. Because America, it's very heavy, but in like we're at, like Canada, dude, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard in Canada for sure. Because there are definitely instances. Because I'm still senior student in high school. Like I've seen instances where people want to do like esports team and stuff, and people even ask me, "Do I want to be director?" Because they know like I'm a streamer and all this, and I'm a content creator. They ask me, and I'm like, "Dude, it's a lot more than you think." And I don't know if that's like it's a pain. Like, dog, you gotta, if you're gonna be director, you gotta deal with funds. You gotta deal with a lot of stuff.
It would probably actually be easier to do it off of like a high school though. Use the school logo. You like, it's like having like
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
No, it's like it's like just like running the whole thing. You have like school structure. You have the infrastructure. You have the people around you. You could have like, it wouldn't be a much, but you'd have a budget, right? Like you'd have a set amount of money. Okay, make it work with this, right? But what I was getting into that about like the whole thing is like, esports is getting to this point of popularity, and I think we're going to start seeing more collaborations. Like one of the jobs that I saw recently was it was an NFL team. I can't remember which one, but they're building like an esports program where they're going to have like youth camps. They're going to have like, and this is going to be like built into one of the practice facilities. I think we may see more moves like that as esports comes out of this dip and sees more popularity, like where we're seeing this partnership and this collaboration where esports begins to be the same, where it's filling out arenas, where it's, getting teams, where it's getting players. And we've even seen this like at the phase level where they're getting these professional athletes, like Juju, I think is a official member of phase. Like we're seeing this kind of, I think people are beginning to see that esports is a lot more similar to normal sports than people used to perceive. And I think we're seeing a blend of those industries. And I think we're seeing a lot of people who are in sports management, like even you said, Avaft, I think before, you're in college for sports management, even though you're running an esports org.
We've actually had, like, they talked about esports in it,
right.
Actually.
So, I mean, I think we're seeing a blending of these industries, and I think that means that a lot of the capital and money-making techniques and all of that is going to begin to blend into esports as well. And 100%. While it's going to bring some suits, and while it's going to bring, like, people who are just in it for the money, like, it will also bring a boost to esports, and I think it'll give platform to more people like us who are in it from the beginning of esports, like the rise of it, and kind of get to build careers out of it. Because that's one of the big things is like not many people, even the successful people, aren't making careers out of like Fort or esports in general right now, unless you are a content creator who's independent. Like it's really only independent content creators that are like actually making careers out of this. And even then, you get canceled or something happens or your platform gets shut down. You could be out on your butt in a week. Like, I don't know, but I'm interested to see, because I feel like that might be a next step for esports. I could see it being plausible of like the blending of this sports and esports industries, and kind of where that could go. And I think we've seen hints of that, like with Manchester, and with PSG.
Yeah. It's like Avaft said, Avaft, whatever the fuck.
We can say whatever. As long as it's not Avaft, I'm okay with it.
Avaft is kind of crazy. I can't.
I've been modding for 6 for a year and a half, and he still calls me Ava. I'm not kidding.
No,
just because he doesn't know how to pronounce it, or just because he doesn't?
No, because he just fucking thinks I'm a girl. I've been in the comp for 3 years. I've showed my face.
Yeah, this is your top 5 NA esports.
New title: The Man Who
everybody.
Catfished Sticks for 3 years. There we go.
No, this leads into one of the questions I had. It wasn't in this order, but like
So
what?
how many guys think you're a woman?
The calm thought of him, PL Avaft, not your pipeline owner, but no, is he a girl? That's the title. Is he a girl? No, but this leads into a good question. It wasn't actually something I want to bring up to later, but what do you think, like, as an organization owner, other than this, like, sports, like, because we're talking about these sports teams being a part of teams and stuff like that, what does Fortnite need to do for organizations to actually be respected as, like, an esport? Like, what is your... Because the one thing I hear is including it in the game, like, esport jerseys.
Yeah,
or, like, esport skins.
They need to do that. They need to let, like, brands... Like, remember at fucking a World Cup, like, when teams
had to
had
cover
players wear their jerseys.
sponsor logos. Yep.
Cover a bunch of sponsors. They had to fucking have
Yeah.
a tiny little logo. You couldn't tell what team anybody was on.
Yep.
And they don't fucking help teams in general. Like, there's so
Yeah.
much shit I could say about it, but it's kind of like... It's
Do you-
just obvious what they need to do, almost.
Why do you think that is, though? Like, do you think there's a certain reason for
I
that?
feel like
Higher
they're
ups at
just
Epic.
greedy and
I mean, it's-
want
it's-
way more money.
It's investors
They don't need
and
to
board
give more
members at
money.
Epic. I mean, they don't care
Yeah.
about the esports side. It loses them money. Like, I remember the big thing about not hosting another World Cup was it lost them money.
Exactly.
Despite how much of a sensation it was. I mean, part of that was like they went for the biggest prize pool in history by a massive margin. Like, it could have been less, and it still would have been the spectacle that it was, I think. But like, even then, like, it didn't offset the cost, and they were like, we can't do that again. Like, we're gonna lose too much money. So yeah, I mean, it was just like higher ups at Epic are more focused on things like collabing. They're siphoning money from the casual audience, so they want to.
They're siphoning money from that damn Fortnite item shop, bro. Jesus Christ,
dude.
Can we
Yeah,
talk
I mean,
about how many features
think about it,
are
like,
in that item shop?
Yeah, like, think about like when the Marvel shit comes out. It's literally like the item shop. I remember one day the item shop was 100+ items. Like, you're like, bro, like it's just a blatant, like, they don't
takes me a
care
good
because it
30
works.
seconds to scroll through that thing, bro.
It's little kids
not
asking their
that
moms,
long.
"Can I have $10? I'm gonna buy V-Bucks and I'm gonna buy this skin." Like,
I used
you know,
to be
it's
excited to fucking like go
Now
to
I'm
the
seeing
end
them
shop.
more, like, dude.
Chapter
and, like-
1. That was like my highlight, just waiting for item shop.
Listen,
Yeah.
Icon series was one of the smartest things they could have done.
They
That was
fucking-
amazing.
for sure.
That was, I'll give him credit. That was amazing.
That was
Yeah.
starting with Ninja, especially
That's-
starting with Ninja, pushing it to.
But then we get into the
Travis.
same thing. Yeah. But then we get into the same thing. Like, why not org skins? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that, I actually
Yeah.
feel like that would be a great solution,
Addition.
or at least
I think
like a
it-
band-aid to this
I
issue of
think
like,
org skins would stand out more than Icon right now,
oh, for
especially
sure.
right
Dude,
now.
I would wear org
100%
skins,
right now.
bro. I'd buy every org skin, even
Oh,
if I'm not
imagine
like.
a lava pipe skin, bro.
Okay, we'll get into lay the pipe because I remember the first time I looked at your guys' Twitter and maybe it was Bronus's announcement. It was like hashtag lay the pipe. I was
Probably.
like, this is a troll. This has to be not real. Like,
No. That was probably my best idea.
That was
Oh
yours.
my
That was
gosh.
yours.
That was 100% my idea.
Okay, where did you get that?
I'm
Because
gonna keep it a buck. I was high as fuck, and I texted Jank, "We need a hashtag," and I started coming up with these random ones, and he kept saying no, no, no. I said lay the pipe, and he said fuck no, and he was like 100% no, and I was like, That's the one we need to do then, because he hates it, and I'm the opposite of him. And I put it in the bio, and he's like, "You really fucking did it." I was like, "Yeah." And then all the people are, and all the like players are like, "This is the greatest fucking hashtag you've ever made." And I was like, "Thank you very much."
I would have had the same. I would have been Jank in that situation. I'm not gonna lie. I 100% would have been Jank. I would have said absolutely
Yeah, no,
not.
he tried to shut it down, and I was like, because me knowing that he's shutting it down, that means I had a great idea. I was also very high, so probably wasn't a good idea. But
Imagine one of your pro players gets like top 3 in grands, or they like win one
We
of the
laid the
biggest
pipe
tournaments.
in grands.
we were waiting. Yeah, we were waiting for one to win. We're fucking putting lay the. We did it every time they won a game. They laid the pipe on the lobby. It is the best hashtag in all of
This is a
esports.
kid's game, man.
There isn't a better hashtag.
Oh my gosh, that is.
It is.
Dude.
It is amazing.
Oh my gosh, that is something else.
Yeah, no, it's.
What were we talking about before that?
I
don't
we
even
were
remember.
talking about Fortnite org skins.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you said
But,
like a lay the pipe skin, bro.
But,
Yeah.
but outside of org skins, there's definitely more they can do for organizations.
sure.
Have you ever thought of it? Like what other than org skins? Because we know like that's a general concept. Like that's one of the
Like-
concepts like everybody wants.
Just supporting fucking orgs in general. They don't
I mean,
do that.
yeah, like things like allowing like sponsors, you know, like
Yeah,
because
just like little
that's a
things too.
that's
It doesn't
one of
need
the-
to be something big.
yeah, that's one of the only profitable aspects of an esports org is using your recognition and your brand to advertise for people. I mean, Energy has done it well, like with the Hot Pockets. Like they have the whole castle.
was
Like
Amazing fucking sponsorship.
you know what I mean? Where it's like
Yeah.
that's a big part of the revenue of esports is yeah, you're just a person's notoriety. It's kind of the same business model as like a content creator where it's like, okay, yeah, we have a brand deal, like you can use our link for a discount code because we're putting you out to this many people, like whatever. So Epic denying that main source of income for orgs was like, okay, we see where we stand now. And it's hard anyway because like unlike even in Apex, like in a BR it's hard to do anyway, but like even in Apex you have teams that are all competing under one org name. It's a little bit easier to market that and to like, oh yeah, this is our team, this is our FaZe Apex team, for example. Or like Fort, you can have people from different orgs playing with each other. You can have an unsigned, unknown, you know, 20K PR guy playing with a X Grands winner, and they can be on different orgs or whatever. Like, you know, I think that was part of, and this was completely incidental, or like why orgs are signing duos, which was really smart, by the way. But like FaZe did this with like Mega Dubs. Like everyone knew, oh, it's FaZe, Mega, and Dubs. Like it was. It's hard to do with BR because you can't force people to play together all that much. So it's like, do you just keep signing duos every season or whatever? But like a big help to that would be, hey, like just let us advertise for our org. Like let us do stuff.
Esports
Like
skins will definitely bring in the more to organizations on signing duos, especially with the duos matter. Because imagine your players are going through a lobby, they're playing a tournament, and
they have
you
their
just see two
sponsors
dudes
on
with
their skin, like a
Pipeline on the name,
constant
and they have
ad.
just- and they have pipeline on their jersey, like their skin says pipeline.
Well, I mean,
like,
yeah,
imagine,
even if you just like submit a jersey concept, right? Like your actual jerseys that you have that you probably sell in your merch shop, and just have that on your player in game. You know, like Energy. It's like the black and white. You know, Energy. You have like the Hot Pockets logo here. Like if you had that on a player in game, people would love that. People, and then you're getting free ads because anyone who's watching their gameplay, which you're signing good players anyway. Anyone who's watching their gameplay is going to see all of those ads, all of those sponsors. They're getting your brand's name out there. It would be bigger than I think than people think. Like people are like, oh, it would help, but it's like no. Like one, it's symbolic, but two, it's like, yeah, this would actually help a lot. It's however many eyes are watching FNCS, however many eyes are watching that individual stream, or any watch parties, or any of that. Like you think Aussie, the broadcast, and then like let's say a Clicks if he was still on Energy. That's probably anywhere from 50 to 100K viewers right there. That's that many eyes on your sponsors. Like. That's money. That is money. That conversion rate, even though it's not 100%, that's going to be money in the org's pocket. That incentivizes them to find good players so that they can advertise better. So it's like even the org skins, that one step, which is a very simple thing that they could do,
they can do it whenever they want.
Would help that partnership between orgs and esports so much. And they like. I do feel like it's a suits issue. Like I feel like people like Hogman, he gets ripped on all the time. I'm like, I don't think it's Hogman. I think he has said this over and over and over again. and he
It's
gets
just
denied
everyone
by
knows
people
him.
higher up than him. Like it's just that simple to me. Like it's a capitalism thing. Like not to be all college, go socialism, but like it's like this is one of the downfalls of like
Speaking about people like Hogman, this is one of the most moments I felt so bad for this. I forgot Sundown actually got removed from like the Fortnite, like the analytics team, all this.
you
And,
added him when one of
No,
your
he got no, he
players
did.
got banned.
He just got a better job offer.
yeah, and
right.
he clearly saw it. One of my players got banned, and I was like, what are they getting banned for? Because I PC checked them. I was like, dude, you're not like, there's nothing going on here. Like, I'm confused. So I added Sundown. I'm like, yo, Sundown, we need help. Sundown responded to me. He's like, bro, I'm not part of the Fortnite
Stop
thing.
adding me in
Stop
this
adding
shit."
me. I'm like, oh shit, my fault.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Yeah,
felt
that was-
so
dude,
bad.
that was so
I like
funny.
stood there on my phone. I'm like, oh no, I messed up. Yeah, you could tell he was so pissed. You could tell from the
Yeah, yeah.
response he was so pissed off.
Yeah.
But even when it comes to like, they don't even like, even if to say they did like the fucking team skins like in a year or so, like even just like shouting out like when a team like we had fucking 4 times we won a Grands game, they tweet out every time who someone wins a Grands game. If they said EL's D-roller and
Right. Like
fucking
representing
Jackson
Pipeline
J,
Esports. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
If they did that shit,
Yeah.
it's not following.
Dude,
but like
yeah,
fucking,
that Twitter
just
shout out would
recognition-
go a huge way. And that's
Huge way.
such
It's
a
a
simple
massive
thing.
step. It's a
Yeah.
massive step.
Yeah.
Massive step that can be taken so easily.
Yeah. Well, and that's where I'm just like, I feel like Epic almost needs to like make a subsidiary company, or just like they need to separate the idea of Fortnite as an esport from Fortnite as the rest of the game. Because if that were the case, like they can be 2 separate successful businesses, even if they're in the same game launcher. But I think that's how they need to conceptualize it is we have our esport Fortnite over here, and we have our casual game over here. And like they just need to begin developing, they need to begin business strategy, they need to begin marketing from that perspective as 2 separate entities. Because right now, trying to split them is just making everyone unhappy. Like pubs players are like, oh, everyone's too sweaty and we don't like the the guns at 200 and whatever. It's like, okay, that's sure, that's valid, whatever. But then it's like, but comp is also unhappy because they're getting hammers. They're getting, I mean, swords are okay, but like
Swords are amazing.
Swords are better. Swords
are
a
where the
lot
hammer
more
should have
power.
been. But like, you know what I mean? It's like we're getting these wacky items where it's like, or like zero builds items. Like, why is the cow catcher or the shield bubble? Why were they ever in arena or comp? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, so I don't know. I mean, we talked about that even earlier, but like, it's just separating it. I think from that perspective and beginning to develop the businesses from a perspective of them being separate entities with separate needs would go a long way. And I feel like I got a taste of that more at like Invitational than anything else. Like Invitational, I was like, oh, they care. Like when they had freedom to execute an event that was centered around competitive, it was so much more enjoyable. I felt a sense of community. I felt like, oh, these are the people that care about Fortnite competitive. Everyone I talked to there like was just so pleasant. Like I don't think I could have a bad thing to say about anyone I met there. Like everyone was like so excited, even if we disagreed or we were rooting for different people. Just the whole atmosphere was electric of just like, oh, this is like what this community should feel like. And it was because it was all comp people. Like there were no pub grinders there. There were no like, people who hop on once every 6 months or whatever. Like it was people who care about the game to the degree where they're going to fly out to this event and actually like spend their time here. And everyone I talked to was so nice. And so like, just it made me willing to call for a community because I really didn't before that. I was like, I don't feel like I'm in a community. And like after that event, and, like, yeah, like after that event, I was like, oh, like I would like do whatever. Like I would hang out with any of these people. Like I would go get a dinner or whatever, like with anyone here. Like, I don't know. It was just, it strengthened that sense of that for me. And then like DreamHack too, but DreamHack was a 3rd-party event, but like, just, I don't know. I think everyone should go to a LAN if they can experience it. Like for that
Twitter
sense.
communities are so interesting. It's such an interesting topic in this game.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so heavy with Fortnite. Like compared to other esports, it's so heavy with Fortnite.
Probably just because of the age and just how many people Fortnite has like reached and impacted. Like it was a phenomenon. It wasn't just a game. Like think
about it.
It has been
like,
life changing.
13, and then you have acting like Tommy. Like there's just it's a very big age gap.
Oh,
like
man.
you got people.
Well, I mean, no, that's
and then there's
valid,
acting like
though.
Tommy, and then there's Jatmon. Like there's just really big age gaps. Okay, like it reached out to a lot of people.
Wait, are we saying which one's older?
Oh, he's saying I'm like acting like
Yeah.
Tommy's age is here. I'm like up in the
yeah.
stratosphere. Yeah.
You're basically a dinosaur.
Yeah. No,
Just,
for sure.
just around it, just around it.
Yeah.
Maybe a little,
Yeah.
little rough. Yeah, we'll give you the
I certainly
leniency of
act
being
like
a
it
little off.
sometimes. Yeah.
Um,
No,
So, this is
come up with a segue for that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Okay, so this actually, so we talking about like people as a whole, like people, like IRL events being different. So you currently at 18, like you said, you've been hustling since you were like 10 years old. Like you've been making money since you were a kid because you knew you wanted to like do something big or whatever. Actually, is that true? Like as a kid, did you know you wanted to be a part of something big?
As a kid, I wanted to be a hockey player. I stopped playing because I
Sports, bro.
fully-
A lot of these Fortnite
I
kids are.
fully broke
Basically,
my
everyone
leg.
we've talked to
I
has
shattered
a
my
sports
leg.
background.
You shattered
Ooh.
your leg.
Oh yeah, I was a AAA hockey player. I played for Toronto Nationals,
Okay,
Wow.
and I had a
That's
nice.
career-ending injury. And
just
Wow.
leaked where you
obviously,
live.
I could have came back, but like the problem is, I'm a year behind because I had to relearn how to skate. I had to relearn how to do everything on that leg because like I've fucking bunch
What
of
did you
metal
What did you
shit in
do?
this,
If you don't
Oh,
mind
I
my
was
asking.
I was literally at a tryout. It was just a freak injury. Like I slipped and my knee went around the post.
Jesus. Wait,
damn.
so what is it like? Was it bone or was it like tendon?
It was it
or, like,
snapped
ligament?
like a cucumber.
Oh.
Have
Like
you ever
wait,
seen,
hyperextension or
search up Steven Stamkos leg injury, and that's basically what happened.
I don't do well with gore. I'm not gonna do
He's
that.
an
but-
NHL player. He's like one of the better ones,
Mm.
and he
Broken leg.
fully snapped. Yeah, his
Oh,
leg.
no.
Like, fell into, are you watching it?
I'm going to. It's an NHL.
I
Why
don't-
does
I don't need to see
NHL
it.
have this as a highlight?
Because like everyone knows it.
Highlight is wild.
Oh no, it's bad. Like that's almost what happened to me, but I came in from a different angle. It's horrible. Like yeah. Yeah. No, his leg. You see how it
I don't need
bends
to know.
around the fucking.
Okay, I'll explain what happened. He bends into the
broke.
net, and his leg, like if his leg is straight out like this, it bends in all the way and kicks all the way back like this.
Yeah.
It looks. It doesn't like it. It's not as like it doesn't like wrap around the net. Like it doesn't go around it. Not like that. It's like it
No.
kicks back entirely, and his leg and this are parallel to each other. And he's landing on it. He's landing like this. Yeah.
I'm good. Don't need to
Yeah,
see it.
that's basically
yeah.
what happened to me. So I just stopped playing
Oh no.
hockey
Yeah.
for a bit. I play it
Yeah.
now again.
Okay.
I'm back on the ice 5 times a week.
Wow.
I'm actually trying out for a junior A team. in,
Nice. That's
September.
awesome.
So I kind of
So
love sports.
okay, talking about like IRL stuff. Do your parents like what do your parents know like you're
They
into this
do
like
not know that I run a very good business in esports.
Wow. They,
interesting?
they just
I
like
told
you're just
them
like
how
in
I
your
spent-
room and they're like,
don't
"Oh,
mind-
are you
they
on
don't
your with your
mind-
friends, honey?"
They don't mind me
Like-
spending my money because like it's my money, obviously. But if I
Mm.
told them how much money I'm putting in, they would literally kill me.
You know, one day that he's just sitting in his room. Like you said, "Hey, honey, don't you have friends you want to go outside with?" They just see like 3 monitors with like documents and shit. And they're like,
He's signing a contract as they speak. Like
He's like,
Yeah.
he's like looking. He's signing a
So,
contract. He's
okay,
like, what are you doing?
you said your money. Are you making your capital from like a different place and then pouring it into the org? Is that like
Basically, yeah, like I had my already like bank account saved up and shit. Like I've been saving since legit. I started with a base obviously because that's what every kid starts with, but I didn't start with like a fucking insane base. I've made over $100,000 for
Wow.
working.
Since
Wow.
10 years old when you
Since
first
10
started
years
high
old.
school?
Yeah,
Damn.
because I used to do I just used to do quick cash money jobs: mow a lawn, wash a car, wash
Right.
windows,
right?
Nice.
like rake leaves, shovel snow. Like you could do that all year round.
Kids
So it
are
just
not
adds-
disciplined
it just
nowadays.
adds up. It fucking
Yeah.
adds up. Free
A lot
fun,
of-
man.
This is this whole conversation has come up in basically every episode that we've done, but the whole like get rich quick schemes of like kids just think that's how esports especially is. Like, oh, I can start posting YouTube and I'll blow up and I'll be on an org like tomorrow and I'll have a career overnight. It's like, no, bro. Like even the people who you are seeing blow up overnight, that's after years of work and refining and trying different content, and then like something happens to hit because they've been posting for a year, consistently before then or something like that. Like everyone we've talked to, like I think that's
look at like Ninja and shit. Like,
yeah, Cypher PK has been doing this for like 12 years or something like that. Like it's like decades of work have gone into this. Like and even then like that like a Cypher, like he started getting popular when Twitch was not nearly as popular or saturated as it is now. Every single kid thinks they're going to be a pro player. Every single kid thinks they're going to be a streamer. Like, and I encourage everyone to try it if you think that could be you. But like, you have a lot of competition. You have basically everyone that exists in the gaming scene trying to do the same thing you are. That's why you have to work harder. It's why you have to be more creative. It's why you have to find a niche. Like, that's the biggest thing that I tell people, like, don't copy people. That like they did something unique. You copying them is the opposite of that. Like you think you're emulating what they did, but what you need to do is find your own unique niche, your own unique content. That's what they did.
We've seen certain series blow up in this Fortnite scene. We've seen certain series blow up. We've seen Jarian with his tips and tricks. Right. We've seen Arab with his Inside the Mind. We've seen so many series blow up, and it's because they're being unique. This is like Jarian and Arab, like two people that blew up based on making content based off what they liked and what they found unique. Right. Well, and they were the first to do it. I mean, if someone tried to do what Jarian is doing now, everyone would just say, "Oh, you're copying Jarian. He's doing it better. He's established."
That's the other problem too. Like, if you're not the first person to do it, they're just gonna say you're made by that person.
Right.
And that's so stupid.
We see that with Lacey right now.
Okay, well, in all fairness, that kid's a fucking loser. That kid's weird. But
but you know what I mean? Like everyone's
joined PL a shit ton.
Hey, Avaft, he's gonna be on the podcast soon, bro.
Oh,
you know.
Praying for you, bro.
We'll do a special episode.
I got nothing. Maybe
every like,
but like your fucking at is Lacey himself. That's literally what Clix's fucking at was. Like he literally.
Like, every 10th episode.
I don't want to talk about it because I don't know if you'll watch this whole thing. But that motherfucker paid Clix to talk to him, and that's how it is.
Stop it.
That's
the only reason he has a career. He fucking paid the guy for it.
But did it work? I mean, hey, I'm not saying that's like, but did it work? I mean, I don't know.
If you're gonna pay me $1 million to suck dick, I'll suck dick for that $1 million. But like, that is insane dick riding. I can't lie.
No, maybe every 10th episode we'll have like a beef episode where we bring in two previous guests that like talked about each other. And we'll Dr. Ron it. I have a lab coat in the. I'll be Dr. Ron. We got it.
Oh my god. Yes. Yeah, dude. See, and this is a series.
We got it. We'll separate YouTube channel. We got it. Dr. Jatmon.
The beef settle. That's what
the Dr. Phil of the Fortnite scene. Anyway. No, that's funny. But like, anyway, what I was saying is like everyone said he's Clix made. Like, because I mean, you could make the argument that he is more than other people. But like, Abdith said this too, though. Like, Abdith, like people accused him of being Clix made. And it's like, okay, well, he knows Clix, but like,
because he had me blocked for like a year and a half. Like, I didn't even do anything. He blocked me because I followed somebody that he didn't like. I kid you not. That is why he had me blocked.
That's wild.
He unblocked me, and I was like, "Thanks, man." And he was like, "You're welcome."
Cool.
Like, okay.
Glad you're chill now, I guess.
Yeah, like I mean, like I've never said a word to him. Like, he's probably a nice guy.
Oh yeah, no, dude, he's been great, man.
Like, his mentality is something that I admire a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
His mental of not being.
Well, you watched this episode, no, with us?
Yeah, I watched. Yeah, I watched some of it. It was kind of hard because there was a fucking song the whole time.
Okay, all right. Yeah, let's address it. That's my fault. I forgot. Like
everybody in the comments going. Hey. Why do you have jazz music playing in the background? I had to go on the Ghost Comic.
I really am old because like I would have vibed like Frank Sinatra, bro. Like that's my music. Like I really am old, but it's fine with no music on this one.
I not noticed you had music playing.
I'm ADHD, bro. I don't know. I'm special. Like I don't know what. Use the word you want. Like call me retarded. I guess I don't know. I'm neurodiverse, bro.
The hearing aids are not doing their work.
They did not help.
Bro, that you know he's ancient. But yeah, like okay, so going back to IRL stuff, like you're currently working a job. So you're currently working
Yeah.
an IRL job to help fund pipeline, but also because you've been doing like work as a
Yeah.
child, since a child.
I just made $400 cash today, actually.
Nice.
I was helping my dad work because
Okay.
he runs a business. He runs a lumping business. So like sometimes when he needs people to go in, like he'll have a plant. Like today, he had a plant load. He had 3,400 fucking plants on a truck that I had to unload, and I unloaded
Not
it
the
in
plants.
6 hours.
We talked about plants with Avaft too.
Oh yes. Let's
Weed.
let's
No,
here
different
you go.
plants.
Now that is epic.
Yeah.
That is
I don't know.
that is
Apparently,
Or
it's
any of
being
those
a part of a brown
prescription.
household. Wait, this is actually a good question. What ethnicity are you a part of? Like, what religion?
I am. I don't pay. I mean, I'm Catholic. I was baptized. I don't pay attention to it that much, honestly. Like, I'm keeping a buck. I'm sorry,
Cool.
God. I've been to church for a while.
I'm
I
sorry.
can't- COVID happened. That was my scapegoat to never go back. I
Announcing-
can't.
You know what he just did? He just announced on a podcast. Sorry, God, I'm going to church in a minute.
Bro ratted himself. No, that's crazy. I was gonna be a pastor actually. I was like that was
Oh,
in
so
that
he's
career
gonna-
path
he's
for a
gonna-
while.
Bro.
He was gonna be
I was
pastor.
I was
now
I
that
was
you
a
said
youth
that,
pastor
he's
for a while. That's actually why I
hypothetically
started
thinking
streaming was
about,
because
Somebody
like I
baptized me.
he was who baptized.
no like I was a youth pastor for a bit and that was why I started content creation. Was like I want to inspire youth to like be good people and like all
Right.
that.
Took
So
a turn. I'm not gonna lie.
See, this is something we can talk about here because like this is what makes a podcasts in general unique. It's you can talk about so much stuff on YouTube
Yeah.
compared to Twitch. You talk about religion for a second, you're
Yeah,
getting a warning. You're
Just
getting
say
a warning.
horrible things.
I mean I
You say-
talk
you
about
say-
religion
you
a
say,
decent
"Oh, yeah,
amount,
I
but
believe
like
in God. I believe in God. If you don't, it's okay. No,
I
you'll
think
get a warning.
I think a lot of it is delivery
That
though,
is
because like
nuts.
remember
I
the
find that nuts.
remember the guy that everyone like hated because he was like aggressively ministering to
Hey,
people.
that guy was fucking insane. He bullied a little Indian child.
Yeah, that guy. Yes,
Like,
yes. That what like, bro. I don't
Wait,
claim
wait,
him,
that
bro.
was
Like
sick,
I'm
bro.
religious, like I'm a Christian,
We
but
don't
like I don't
we
claim
don't
him,
rock
bro.
with him, bro.
Yeah, like that's
Am I
weird.
tripping?
Like
Who
that's
is it?
no doctor.
Oh,
It was doctor something. I feel like.
Doctor. I know he was on that freaking. He was on the Branders podcast.
Yeah.
Badass.
Doctor.
They trolled the
Was
fuck
that-
out of him.
They call him the Pope or something. I forgot what his name.
No, they do.
Doctor
not.
Preacher?
they
Was
know
that
the-
it? Was it
the
Doctor
nickname-
Preacher? Or was that is that not right?
Popper.
Hold on. No. I think the nickname that he was given on the Branders thing was like Doctor Pope or something.
Not like that. That's
Oh,
weird.
Doctor Witnesser.
Witnesser. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. Like I was like,
Holy
nah, bro.
Pope
That's
of
just
esports.
full
That's
weird,
yeah.
bro. Nah. Yeah. That's
Interesting. I didn't know it was that.
But
serious.
no,
Jesus
it's
Christ.
actually interesting that you bring that up with YouTube because I think that actually like YouTube is doing what Kick wants to be doing better. Like I think YouTube streaming in the next 3 years is going to be as prevalent
Wow.
as Twitch. At the
Probably.
or at the very
Is it
least,
gaming
it
with someone
will
else?
push Twitch to actually make the proper changes. I don't know what Twitch is on, bro. They must be smoking that good because like. They just keep making changes nobody has asked for, and they keep making they're just tanking and tanking and tanking.
Kick is interesting though. Kick is
Yeah,
interesting
it's a
topic,
weird
though.
phenomenon right now.
I kind of
Like-
want to wait. I kind of want to wait for it to develop more before
Yeah.
before having like a full long conversation.
Oh, it'll be gone. I feel like though, low key.
You
Like I
think?
feel like I feel like it's already. I don't know. Either that or it'll like kind of be dormant for a few years and then it'll rise.
I mean, the thing is, like, you know what I don't understand? I don't know why Train hasn't thought to this. They had a him, Hassan, and someone else had a conversation.
Jake Lucky
on Kick.
was it? Jake Lucky?
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
a conversation
Watch him up
on
there back.
on Kick about what about Kick. I'm like, dude, you're the Kick owner. Why are you talking about Kick's behind the scenes when it's like
I mean, that's authentic though. I mean, I respect it. Is it a good business move? No, but it's like it's
Definitely
authentic.
not.
Like
it's
no, I mean, I don't know. I think the thing with Kick right now is it's just like it's like I don't know, like it's the fun uncle, like the fun uncle that'll let you do shit that you know you shouldn't be doing. Like people are only liking it because it's Twitch with less rules. That's how they view it right now. They're not, oh, this is a competing streaming platform. It's Twitch where I can get away with whatever I want to get away with. Like a lot of people I know, they only stream on Kick when they're doing like an Omegle stream where it's like, oh, like I can get away with this. Like I can't do this on Twitch.
Oh, I'll get away with it because I'll just say a bunch of cocks and it'll
like,
be okay.
I don't know.
I agree.
But like it's just I think it's just people.
The bathroom is right next to my room.
I think it's people just wanting to like kind of experiment with like pushing the boundaries as much as they can, and it's like as soon as the TOS starts being enforced more, I feel like people are just going to flood back to Twitch, which is going to like allow Twitch to continue making the terrible business decisions and kind of oppressing streamers.
This revenue split is making me depressed.
The partner thing, like going back to 50-50 is such a far step back considering where streaming is at and like how many people are trying to make streaming a career and are capable of it if they were getting enough money. I mean, like the one thing, like that tweet that went super viral of like comparing like 5 gifted subs on Twitch versus Kick all the way to like 100. When you start seeing those numbers actually, like, I'm like, dude, that's the difference between making rent or not. Like that revenue split on like Kick versus Twitch, like that's a massive deal when so many people are trying to get into this industry and there's so many talented people that are trying to do that. And like in Fort specifically, orgs aren't typically making enough off of money like for themselves or for the streamers to like do that either. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Kick will die. I think it's a trend thing, like Mixer was. I feel like I don't know.
Avaft. Did you were you ever involved in streaming? Because we're talking about Twitch and Kick. Like you before this we talked about comp,
I used to stream on the good old console PS4, baby.
Yeah.
I would
that overlay is so ugly.
It was horrible.
I hate the PS4 Twitch overlay. Like I see it and I'm like, nope, I'm done. The black, the like black square in the top right corner. I'm like, dude, this is so ugly. Like,
see it on your stream, like, dude.
I'm like, what? Yeah, that's
at least make it so it's shown for the streamer, not for the viewers.
Right. Yeah, like you can't can't make an overlay that like complex. Like, okay, bro. Yeah.
So you did stream.
I used to stream, yeah, and I want to get back into it. I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with streaming. Like,
does Pipeline have any content creators?
We have Bronos.
That's duh.
And
but
Bronos,
yeah, okay.
And Bronos.
Yeah. Well,
mostly Bronos.
Hey, that's it. I mean,
we have a few little ones. We had Odog who recently. We have Bronos too. We got a little bit more Bronos. Okay, but
cool.
No, actually, we're in the talks with or I'm in the talks with a few content.
He's in the talks with Bronos.
Because I mean, I think if anywhere is going to be. If anywhere is going to be the money-making place, I think that's going to be it for orgs.
Yeah, no, we are. I'm gonna end all that, and I'm going to start making the pros stream.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we tell people, like when they come to us about advice or whatever.
If they want to get their bag, they're gonna have.
Well, that's what we tell comp players too. Is you place well in comp so that you can make a YouTube video with a better thumbnail and title, so that you can make money. It's like go for your comp achievements, but that's not going to be making you money. Like what's making you money is the content that you can make out of that. And like
it's all like a cycle. So if you're thinking the comp video will get you money, it's more than that. It's if you're doing good in comp, you make a comp video, that leads to exposure. That exposure leads back to your Twitter. Your Twitter can lead back to your streaming. Your streaming can lead back to making money. Your money can then lead back to investing. It's a whole loop,
you build a whole brand,
ongoing.
But it's essentially that like you don't place well in comp for the sake of like getting noticed or whatever. You place well in comp for the sake of having a better thumbnail and title on a video so that you can get noticed, so that you can make money and like whatever. Like it ties to content whether you want it to or not.
No one's watching a top 40 in the Elite Cup.
Right.
We're watching the top 5.
Right. And that's it, so it's like content is the better route, but if you're full dead set on competitive, you better be doing well enough to where it's like
commandment.
Yeah. I mean, low key. I mean, and that's why I think like BH is so smart. He took what used to be a comp grind, turned it into arena grind, and now he is the arena grinder. It's like that's his brand.
You say his ass like he's trying to play arena.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a friendship within an org.
Yeah, but that's good though. I mean, I think that's the direction a lot of orgs need to be going. Is like, if you're gonna be here and you're gonna be benefiting from us, like we need something from you too, and it's good for them too. Like they need to be expanding their horizons.
Like, their sake too.
Yeah. Like it's for branding, it's for career. Like, but it'll just help everyone. But I mean, some of them unfortunately are not good content creators, even though they're great players. And it's like, okay, you're not going to be as much of an asset. You won't be as valuable in the scene. Your trading value won't be as high if you can't be making some kind of content. It's why like a Clicks or a Ron because like Ron was like one of the funniest people in the org, and he won a squad FNCS. It's like, okay, there's like Ron and Clicks, same
Who the
formula.
fuck let him win,
Mongrel, same formula. Like, wait,
I
what?
mean, unknown at the time. Remember,
Let him
controller
win,
was
bro.
broken.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Shing, shing, shing. Fucking.
Have you seen the those clips of seeing squad FNCS? I'm like, dog.
That shit was ass.
There was no mechanics. It was just aim assist. It was
Tarp
just aim assist.
simulator and
What was that
Simulator.
the season where that one clip of Unknown just absolutely lasering Boogo with the AUG? Was that squad FNCS or was that later?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was squad.
yeah.
That one clip of him SMG holding down on 72 hours?
That was duos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you know
yeah.
that clip of him holding his SMG down on
Yeah.
72 hours as he's running at him? And 72
Yeah,
hours
yeah.
is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he's not even surprised. He's like, oh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
that's it. You get hit by one and you're like, oh, yeah, that's...
I'm in shit.
GGs, yeah.
Next game. But like, dude, watching that squad FNCS, looking back at it, it's like one dude was all the way ahead, tarping, but this motherfucker unknown is 60 meters outside his zone, fiending for surffish while killing people's back zone, just getting kills, just running around. I'm like, dude, there's no way this is like.
But I mean Unknown too, and I think we've seen that trend continue even to Peterbot now. Peterbot is a content machine as well. I mean, like he's not focusing on it. It's just like the way he is. Like he is this like prideful, arrogant little beanstalk of a child, like with ungodly mechanics and aim that like, you know, but like he plays a character, or maybe it's not, I don't know, but like he is entertaining to watch and he's good at the game. Like you just can't be one or the other. I mean, you can be just entertaining. Like there are bad people who are really entertaining, but like you can't really just be good at the game anymore and make a career out of it. Like you can play, sure, like you'll place, but like if you're not doing some kind of content, you know, getting your recognition out there in one way or another, like you're just not going to be successful.
Yes. Okay, so with working like an IRL job and all this, how do you like? Because people are thinking, because Pipeline's a top 5 work, like people are thinking you got to put so much time into this. How are you balancing like your real, like your IRL life to like the org scene?
Well, since I'm only like working part time, really, it's like I do have more time to focus on the org and like other stuff around that, since I already do have a decent amount of money in the bank. Like I'm not fully.
Which is great to hear. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not just being an idiot and pissing away the money.
Right.
Like, although, like over. Sorry, you.
No, go.
I wasn't really saying much, honestly.
I was gonna say because like throwing money, like you're saying, like throwing money, like this is literally what I wrote. When many consider it a waste of money, like this stuff.
Yeah.
Why haven't you guys like this? Is I don't know if you guys do because I haven't looked at Pipeline YouTube or anything. Have you guys actually done anything on the YouTube side?
We need to start getting back into YouTube things. The problem is it's kind of hard to do it with all the because we want to include the pros in videos. The problem is pros have the worst fucking sleep schedules known to mankind. Holy fucking shit. I can't get them to record anything because the sleep schedule, one person will be sleeping, the other person's awake at 5 a.m. And it's like, what the fuck? But
I mean,
like, dude,
and that's
record at 3 in the
so
morning.
AIDS, bro. Like I can't.
I mean, BH, like I remember when we were trying to get him scheduled, I was up
Bro was on some
3 or 4 in the morning, and Bro was like, "Yeah, I'm good
fucker.
now." And Vishal was asleep because he has like normal high school to go to.
Yeah, you know, he's like a normal person.
Yeah.
That's what I was arena grinding with him.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Awake at 4 a.m. Yeah, no, we're good to go. Like I'm ready.
Oh, I was ready,
Live.
bro. We were both like just waking up, like our days were starting. We're like, we're good, we got it. Like, and I was like, oh, Vishal's asleep. Shit.
I could never do that.
No, Bronos is he's a great dude. Very interesting. What is going on with his life. We're not gonna get into that, but
that guy, he's an idiot. All I gotta say, no comment.
I mean, listen, you're now his org
That's
owner.
the guy that
also
pays
your
him
friend.
money. I will call him whatever I want.
As long as I'm giving him my money, I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna say whatever I want.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah, I get it. Yeah,
okay. Speaking of Bronos, here's a W segue. He's going to San Diego, right?
Yeah, I just
DreamHack.
paid for his flight and everything.
Yeah.
He basically gave me E-head for that. I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm kidding, but yeah, no, I did
least
pay
you're
for his
18.
flight and stuff. I'm sending him to San Diego, and I really do have high expectations for him because
I mean, he's a zero both go.
when
Like,
He's promised me a top 5.
So when he returns with nothing earned,
I'm kicking his ass.
I'm flying.
So when he returns with another story like invitational,
you know that meme of like Homer Simpson choking Bart? That's gonna be me.
So yeah, when he returns
with another invitational type story, like you know, as long as he makes content out of it, right? Like the vlogger.
Fucker, I don't care about that shit, bro. He has to give me we made a deal where he gives me a certain percentage of his winnings.
So okay, but DreamHack now is a qualifier for the Saudi land, right? Gamers 8.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't read enough of like how that is working. Is it like the top X placements at all the DreamHacks, or
3 qualifiers, 10 from each the top 10 from each qualifier.
So is that
there's 250K in each qualifier?
Is it Dallas?
2 million in the land.
Is it San Diego, Dallas, and Paris? Is that the other DreamHack happening this year?
No, but somewhere in Europe, Stockholm, Sweden.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
okay.
Yeah,
because I know there's an NA and an EU DreamHack.
It's called there's DreamHack San Diego, DreamHack Dallas, and then the other one's just called DreamHack Summer, but it doesn't say the location. So I don't.
Stockholm.
It's probably somewhere in Europe. I think it's Europe.
Just said it. I think Stockholm.
Yeah. Was it Stockholm? Okay.
Where's the FNCS land at the end of this year? Is it Copenhagen? Is it Denmark?
0. Yeah. No,
it's
you're right.
Copenhagen, I think.
Denmark. Yeah.
Wait,
is it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But
because a couple of people were just at media day there. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, I can't.
Cool. So
listen, it's interesting. The media day though, I feel like this media day was a lot more like not talked about compared to the last media day.
I had no clue it was happening until I saw somebody's random Twitter.
It was Nani, Pen, and like a bunch of you guys.
Blake, yeah, no, there was only a few.
We really counting Blake as a pro, bro? Come on.
That's wow.
I'm kidding.
No, start beef. It's gonna be better for our numbers.
Hey, he's not the Guga's girlfriend, bro. I can't compete. It's like that thing's actually leaked, by the way. Like people know.
We know. Like we've
Yeah.
You guys, the way you looked, I thought I said some horrible shit.
No. We have some things that if we leaked, we would probably get burned at the stake for. But
yep, let's hear it. Going first.
No,
it's story time.
Dude, no, actually, that would be really interesting. We should get we should maybe NPen. If we have NPen on, we should talk about all the e-girl stuff because that is crazy. But oh, dude, the stories I've heard.
He's friends with Bronos. I should have fucking known.
No, dude, what I've heard about like Daisy at the hotel at Invitational or something, bro. I mean, I have no clue the truth of those rumors. I'm not gonna make any assertions.
Interesting information on a lot of people at Invitational.
Dude,
that was a little
it trickles down the pipeline, bro. People that like I have no connection to anyone, and I know
before he was laying the pipe. Like
this podcast is never airing. I swear, man. We can't. No,
probably not. No.
No, you're his owner. Hey, you're his owner. You have his contract. I don't know, man. It's out of my hands.
You're his owner is kind of crazy. Anyway.
Yeah, no. You would never believe. If you went halfway through, missed the org owner shit, you wouldn't believe I'm an owner. You'd probably just be like, who the fuck is this guy?
But I didn't know you from
brand risk, truly.
Tweets, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, we really are. We really are turning into brand risk with every episode. We have people like Avaft on.
Yeah, this is definitely the biggest brand risk episode, I'd say.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, but talking like, I mean, I've covered like most of the topics I wanted to cover. The one thing, okay, this is actually one thing because this is like org owner, like this is like accomplishments, like how it feels after having this accomplishment. What was it like your first investment building the comp scene? Like, because you said you signed K-Burbs,
Kuza, Serbs, and then Lace 20.
Like how did those first investments feel? Like what was your like initial reaction? Like what was like did it make you like super happy after signing all those pros? Like before grands, before all that.
Well, I mean, for those guys, at first I wanted to like. I mean, I was being smart with the money the whole time. That's why like I'm really good at negotiating and stuff like that. But also just like the fact that like I want to start off small. You know, like they're good players. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love them all individually. They all did. K-Burbs had K-Burbs Kuza had a rough season because Kuza fucked up his PC. By the way, bought him a whole PC.
Wow.
Yeah, 1.6K on his PC. But now he's gonna be the fucking truth because he has a god PC. But Serbs exceeded my expectations. They did it all amazing and shit. It was when we started signing like Vert and D-Roller was the first one I freaked out about. Because like Vert, people don't pay attention. Vert's been one of the most underrated players in history of like the game.
Well, he's been around for so long.
He's been around forever. He won.
Like,
I mean, his name's always up there. Like you just go, okay, if I've consistently heard their name, like
he won solos and solos.
That's right.
I forgot about that.
And, like,
I
a
did
bunch
forget
of
about
other
that.
fucking pros. Like he's always been solid. He went from West to East, and he was still good on East, and no one paid attention because he was just a West kid.
Yeah.
So
small thing. Do you have actual written out contracts?
For the people that want it, yes.
Okay.
Because like sometimes a lot of them are under 8, like they're not 18, right? So like,
sure.
Like, that, I signed it with Death, and he needed his mom to sign it. That was actually really funny. Death's like really retarded, so it took a long time. But with Bronos, I did it, you know.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
he was supposed to sign him back at like the beginning of chapter 3. It just ended up going to chapter 4 type of thing.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't do it for everybody, but like if you want it, like sure. And like the thing with me too, I always pay up front. Like I'm not gonna fucking even in the cent try to make them think I'm scamming or some shit.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just always
Yeah.
up front first month.
Well, I mean, it's just a bad business move. Like what?
Yeah,
what
exactly.
good is scamming? I
don't get it either. Like
because
even,
you'll
like,
never get another good signing ever, and you'll have a bad reputation, and you'll have a bad relationship with everyone you come across. Like even obviously like I'm more of like the moral stance of like just don't do that because it's like scummy, but like even from a selfish motivation, it just doesn't make sense. Like I don't know.
Right.
like, you have to have a horrible life at home to do that.
People like Vert though, like they've been in the comp for so long. Like Vert clicks, like everybody knows.
Zero played with fucking Colosso. Nobody paid attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
All that shit. Everyone called me, like, that's why I'm so happy about like how Grands went, and I talked my shit after Grands, because everyone called me a fucking
I saw the
idiot
Twitter.
for signing all those fucking quote unquote washed players. Jack's washed, D-Rollers washed. They all
Who
fucking
said
suck.
Jack was
and then it's
washed?
just-
Wow, that is wild. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean
no,
all of
it's
them, but like
from
yeah.
D2 to pipeline, like what the fuck? D-Rollers washed. He hasn't earned in like 2 seasons or 2 chapters or some shit. Just a bunch of crazy shit, and it's like they all did fucking amazing, and I'm so proud of all.
I mean, like I played a lot of sports growing up, and I know it makes a massive difference when like your coach is on your side. Like when I had a coach that I knew was invested in me as a player and like saw potential in me, it didn't really matter how good I was because I was going to get better and I was going to perform. And then like in high school, I had like my junior year, I had a really, really shitty coach, and I hated his guts, and I played terribly. Like I didn't care. Like I was like, okay, like I'm not going anywhere with this. Like I'm out. Like I didn't want to play because it's like why do I want to show up and just get told every way that I suck and like all this. So I feel like in the same way, Oregon or like I think Oregon or in esports is more similar to coach. Like you kind of touched on that earlier. Like it's kind of more similar to a role of coach than it is to like a general manager if you're doing like a sports analogy. Like I feel like maybe
I'd say, like
the mental of having them
is like
having you on their side. Yeah,
Sorry
like
about that.
no, like I feel like the mental of having you on their side, it probably helps them perform. Like, oh, like we have an owner who actually believes in us, like, and wants us to perform well, just for our sakes, you know, and like, yeah.
And like with most of the guys too, like I'll fucking like if they need money for something, like I'll fucking I won't even take it like off their next month. Like I'll just give it like if it's $20, I'll give you $20. Like you need something, like I'll help you out as much as I can.
Yeah,
and
well, I
like,
mean that's an
the thing is,
investment
like,
when you think about it. Like at the end of the day, it's super informal, but it's like
Jake, like we're both really good with like the players and stuff, but Jake's like more like he pays way more attention to like the business side. Is like I pay attention to like the fucking Fortnite signing people biz and like just like helping and being closer with like the like our players type shit. Like I'm more like the players coach. And he's just doing like the other strong part.
Well, and you need that. I mean, like that's something that that I've taken seriously, like in the positions I've been into, like where I like it is to me, it's about like instilling a next generation with motivation and just like pouring into them and like like I want you to be successful if you deserve it. Like even Vishal, like I view him as an equal, obviously, but like he's a bit younger, and I'm like, dude, like
fuck Vishal.
I want to make Vishal as successful as I get because he deserves it and like he works hard for it and,
like
and shit
said,
like that and like
fuck me, right? You know.
I mean, it's just like I think the like I don't know, man. Just be a good person. Like that. Like it doesn't really matter. I guess this is like my thing with esports in general. I've seen this attitude a lot of like, I don't care how I get there. I'm just gonna get there. To me, I go, if you're not like doing it the right way, if you're not being a good person, what good is the success? Like, you know, if you're not treating people well, if you're not like sticking to your morals or whatever, like even the scamming thing, it's like, what good is success if you're scamming people, or if you're like, you know, it's like, I don't know. It just, to me, it's like, it may not be the best business practice at every single turn, like, but cutting corners and being a bad person isn't going to get you far enough either.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Like, look at fucking CEO Jake. Like,
No, Jesus.
We didn't
Christ.
talk about that with Bronos.
yeah, no, fuck that guy.
But yeah, that was wild. That was I remember that happened. That like came out the last day of Invitational, like the last night of Invitational into the next morning. And I remember that whole like situation was just crazy.
There's
We had a
we
tweet. Cancellation is just a mindset. I'm
I'm
not
like,
kidding.
Yeah.
he had that tweet or someone else had
Yeah,
a tweet?
no, he tweeted like being canceled is
Cancellation.
just a mindset.
Well,
Didn't bro just go through like rehab and all that during this thing?
I don't know, bro. He's a
he
loser.
committed to it afterwards.
Yeah.
Or
Fucker.
supposedly, allegedly. I don't know what he's
Allegedly.
doing now. I haven't kept up with it at all. But
I just know because there was a one kid. There's this the Zone Wars kid. I forgot his name. Jerain, the kid that's been a part of Plasm's like Zone Wars series.
oh yeah,
He got scammed by CEO Jake for $900, and I was talking to Jerain at this time because like I was talking to Jerain about like other stuff, like friend stuff, and he was telling me about all this stuff, like $900. This kid's 16.
yeah, that's
Or I think-
wild.
That's a lot
Maybe-
of money for a 16-year-old.
Dude,
16,
I know
yeah.
I had way more than that at 16, but still, that's a lot of fucking money.
No, 100%.
I don't have much more than that. I'm not gonna cap. Like I'm in college. Like my bank account does not look that good, Doug. Like yeah.
But dude, $900 is something else. But like, I get it if it's like
That's
50,
fucking
60,
dumb.
like
No,
bro.
the worst part is he tried to gamble it. He gambled it all, and then he tried to
Well, that-
kill himself. Did you see that? No. He had a fucking argument with V-Zone on Twitter, and he literally said shit like he
That's
fucking.
crazy.
It was basically summed up. I fucking quote tweeted it.
Wait,
but like
Vizon, the editor?
no V-Zone.
Oh,
you know,
Vzone,
yeah,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
retard.
Yeah.
Kidding. I love V-Zone. I love him. He's hilarious.
Oh yeah,
I just-
that one read.
I make fun of him, but no, like he genuinely said to him, like I like gambled all the money away, and I was gonna like kill myself, motherfucker. You literally scam people. You spent their money gambling, and then you're gonna kill yourself. That is the most pussy
Yeah.
fucking way to ever go out. Like
yeah, that's wild.
I am sorry. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your rep is before. If you do that
Yeah.
shit, that is fucking loser shit.
Yeah.
Like nobody's gonna
No,
feel sorry for you.
Yeah. No, I mean, even Bronos was like, yeah, like he would like gamble it, make the money back, knowing he had like debts. Like I think he had like 2K to Jarian or something like that, and then he wouldn't pay it back. He would bet it all and lose it. I think he said like there was an actual situation where like he put in, got 2K and then some, had enough to pay Jarian back, and then continue gambling if he wanted to. And his addiction was so bad that he put all of it back in and lost. I was like, bro, like that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I hope he gets help for real, because like that's like it's a for real like thing. I just like I don't know. It's just wild. It's a wild scene. Like when you have people that are old enough and messed up enough to be doing that, but then you have like 8-year-olds that have like, you know, they're so innocent, they've never experienced anything. Like the freaking kids who watch Tico in the same like, you know, same
Like, kid
space.
at 30 cat. That's just
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm
It's
happy
like
to be here.
you can have someone who watches Clicks and someone who watches Nick A30 potentially be like the same person or know each other. Like that is crazy. Yeah.
a horrible
Oh,
person.
I got through everything I want to get through.
Pretty much same. I mean, last thing I was going to touch on, this is what you talked to us like a little before the podcast, like the feeling of seeing your pipeline esports take over the East Grand Finals the other day. Or the other
Oh
week.
yeah.
Fucking
So
dumb.
explain, like, okay, so you said you were in call with Jank when this happened. So explain
was-
how this like
yeah.
went down. Explain, like, you don't have to explain step for step, of course, but like
Yeah.
explain like your emotions.
we sat in call. It was kind of hard for me. Like this day 2, I was at my setup right now. But day 1, I had to sit on my fucking shitty MacBook with my phone on a call with them to just watch it.
Right.
And they just fucking everyone played out of their minds, and
Yeah.
everyone played amazing. And every time I was watching Ozzy stream, every time they won, every kid in his chat was saying "lay the pipe," like they knew the fucking hashtag, and that shit made me laugh. Like
Yeah.
that shit made me so happy, because it's like not even the fact it's my idea, it's just like they're fucking They know my
Yeah.
team. Like,
Yeah,
there's
it's rallying behind. Like, it's
it's
known.
like 30,000 people that just know that team now because of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Talking about Twitch chat and org, does Pipeline have a tab on
We
Twitch?
do have a Twitch, yes.
Okay. So
And we
wait,
do have members on it.
Or I think he's
Yeah,
talking about like
okay,
the team thing, whatever.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like the
the team
designation.
tab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, we got that.
yeah.
Okay,
cool.
nice.
That's
We
sick.
gotta update that shit. That shit's like half the people on that shit are not on the team anymore.
Yeah.
But
That's
no,
sick.
yeah, and then day 2 happened and fucking they kept doing amazing. I thought Chubbs was gonna win for a bit. Chubbs was first for 2 games.
Mm.
And like D-Roller was third, and I was like, holy fuck, we're gonna win a
We might get a
grand.
Grands
And, like
win,
that was
yeah.
our first grands. We've
Yeah,
never
yeah.
been in a grands before.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that was like a very
You
big
guys dominated,
statement.
yeah, for sure.
That was a
Yeah.
statement like tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
guys were fighting. You guys were fighting Dignitas, literally.
We
It
did
was
better
you
than
guys were-
us,
No,
too.
no. I'm saying you guys were. It was you guys versus Dignitas.
Oh yeah,
and
Right.
lethal villains, I guess. Like, I'm sorry, I just
Yeah.
can't. Like, dude, I can't.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
cool. Like it's a cool concept. It's just I don't know.
like they
the
got
name.
trashy, but that's about it. They signed
Yeah.
Justice.
No, I'm
Um,
saying like
Hasn't
Dig
made
versus
money in
yeah,
2 years.
like when we're thinking about because Dig signed. Oh my God, Dig went on a signing spree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Signing
the 24th
spree.
place. There's actually a kid in that one tweet where I was talking my shit. There was a kid that replied, actually, Dignitas did better because Kanata got second. And I was ready to commit a war crime. Oh my god. The audacity. He had to be 7 years old, probably. But like, how are you going to just say that? And your only argument is he got second place. And you got 4th, 6th, 9th, 18th, 17th, 18th, 19th. Like, what?
No, but
That's wild.
no, but dude, Dignitas' signings were kind of got me. Like it got me.
Yeah.
Like okay, Booga, yeah, but then they signed
Like,
Kanata. They signed
and they
Edgy,
almost
they
signed.
signed-
No, they didn't sign Edgy,
Oh,
actually.
they didn't sign Energy. They signed Mayor. Oh, sorry, not Mayor. Who was it? Freaking Kanata.
Dukes.
Everybody.
They're Dukes.
No.
Dukes was
Dukes was on it. Dukes was
like
on
a
it.
while ago with Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cam
Cam-
did horse shit.
That's right,
Dukes
Cam.
did bad.
I think I
Yeah,
met Cam at
did bad.
Invitational. I can't remember though. I think I met him at Invitational.
But yeah, no, like Kanata got me. Like
Cam
seeing
had a
Kanata,
bad
like, damn.
season, honestly. But
Or DreamHack, I think was.
I'm not counting that season for like a lot of people because like that map was horrible. Like you were
Cam has had
Yeah.
some
fighting
unfortunate
for
times. I won't lie.
lives.
He's had like Stevenson's chapter 3. Like,
Now,
season
like,
1 is
there's-
just
Yeah.
unfortunate.
There's like 15 POIs. There's
Yeah.
just bigger fight. Like added
Yeah,
like 25% extra map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
they-
I didn't notice that until I saw a Twitter post that had like
No,
it was
yeah.
like a red line of the old map with like overlaid on the new one. I was like,
They did-
whoa,
They did
it's
amazing.
a lot
Like, they-
bigger. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Like,
what I said.
Now,
My
now you
fault.
watch a tournament and you think anybody has a chance because the map
Yeah,
is just
yeah.
so much
True,
better.
true. Okay, well, that was kind of everything. So we have a tradition that you probably have seen at this point. If you were to give one piece of advice to someone who wants to follow in your footsteps or just in life in general, maybe Fortnite specific, whatever you want, just give your best advice.
3 words. Bet on yourself.
I thought he was gonna say lay the pipe.
Lay the pipe.
I should have said lay the pipe. Fuck's
You
sake,
want a
but no,
promotion? Lay the pipe.
Lay the fucking pipe. Okay. But
Oh my
no, bro,
gosh,
just
that's
bet on
wild.
yourself. Fucking. I've been doing this shit for not that long. Like
Yeah.
I just said, fuck it. If you are obviously not everyone's gonna have the type of money that I had to do that,
Sure.
but you
Yeah.
can get to that point at a young age. I did
Yeah.
the exact same thing, and
I mean,
it worked.
you see people like I think Smacks, like he's come on my radar a lot more recently. Smacks is a
Smacks?
manager who does
Yeah, I fuck with Max. I've known him for like
14,
I've known him
bro.
For like a
This
year and a
kid
half.
has to bike to his clients' houses sometimes. But he is managing TikToks with multi-millions of likes. He's managing, YouTubes and stuff like that. Like, bro is making it for himself before he even like finishes his first year of high school. So
he's like a good
he's
kid.
limited so much by he can't drive a car. He's he's counted out for a lot of people, but he's still managing people like Rip Rara and Fox. And he just picked up a big EU pro? He's doing he's doing Peterbot's TikTok, I think.
Yeah, he is.
But like go do that. Like build something. You have these editors who are doing free work,
For work, like,
building
you-
repertoire. Like
That's the other
it's
thing, people sit around and wait for stuff. You gotta go look for
Yeah,
it. Like,
for sure.
Fucking,
Yeah.
No,
I mean, Refsguard is the guy.
yeah. So, yeah. See, like I mean, I think that's kind of the big thing. Like with people, like they want to quick get rich quick scheme, or they want like an opportunity to fall into their lap. It's like, bro, go do something. Go make it. Just start making it. Like, just start doing whatever you want to be doing. If it's streaming, just start streaming. If it's, whatever, editing, go do it. Like, do it some for free. Work for people. Like, build a reputation first. Like, we've got a guy who's been doing like visual work for us. Like, he did our overlays for the podcast and stuff. And like, bro is just like, he's making it out the trenches because he's doing like small work for people that are unknown, but he's building a reputation, and now he's like, his Twitter's getting bigger and stuff like that.
He's been killing it. No, like his Twitter's still small, of course.
Yeah, but it's getting bigger. Like, he's growing at a decently fast rate for sure.
I don't know if you know, but he's told me like the funds he's been getting for doing he's been doing concept designs for esports teams, like outside of Fortnite, of course. Yeah. But he gets so much money from it, and it's like he just keeps evolving it. Now he's getting into motion design. He's getting into
and his craft has gotten so much better in that time. Like even the time I've known him, the stuff that he's been putting out is so much better. And like Smacks the same way. Smacks is learning the inside out of the industry before he even turns 15. Like. And kind of like the whole thing, like that's how you make it. Like I was talking to Advis manager, like the earlier today. And that was like his thing. He was like, dude, like I just started randomly doing it. I was a mod for, he was a mod for East Opens. And then he asked out of it, hey, can I manage your stuff? Like, I just want to try it. Like, I want to learn. And he just taught himself. And now he's managing, he manages a Fortnite YouTuber who has 3.4 million, like he's built this whole industry by himself. And that's, I think, the glory of maybe some of the informality of esports is you can do that. You can start as a freelancer essentially and make a career out of it. Exactly. Like you can just start, just place your passion somewhere. If you have a passion for esports, do something in it. Try everything. And if you start developing something or a passion or a whatever for it, like do that. Like I still want to be a content creator, but like I've found that casting is actually really enjoyable. I've done some casting for work, and now I'm like, oh, like I might want to look into that, and I'm looking for opportunities to do that and develop that. So yeah, like bet on yourself, but just like just do it. Like that's part of betting on yourself is like believe that you can and do that. Yeah. Well, I think that's it for now.
So you got anything to add?
No.
In 2 months.
Okay, 2 months. I'm down. Hey, we can schedule it right now. I don't care.
In, the next grands.
Yeah. Hey, that works for me. I'm super down. We can have Jank on if you want to in that follow up.
That's actually a great idea.
We can kind of get his perspective too, and get his story.
Remember, lay the pipe.
Remember to lay the pipe. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into this episode of Ghost Comms. If you liked what you saw here, go ahead and subscribe, go see all of our other episodes with your favorite streamers, content creators, coaches, etc. And we'll see you next time.
It'll be shown like somewhere like here or like somewhere there.
Yeah,
somewhere.
I'm pointing too. I just can't. You can't see.
All right. Yep. Peace.
And make sure. Yeah, fair. Yeah.